Hello and welcome to Sydney Harbour for another day's racing in the JJ Giltinan Championship for 2026. We've got breeze, but there's not much. An hour and a half ago, it was a dead calm here on Sydney Harbour, but in the last hour or so, a little easterly has trickled in, perhaps maybe southeasterly, and we've got about 8 or 9 knots, so we're expecting the racing to get underway on time. Hello, on behalf of Sail Media, Peter Shipway, welcoming you to this race, 2 races today, racing for the Alan Cole Memorial Trophy, and today's race partner are Shaw and Partners, and this whole title brought to you by the winning group. Boy, oh boy, we've seen 2 very exciting days of racing. Light air in one day, then strong airs the second day, which finished in a very dead calm for most of the fleet. So we've had a real mixture, and there's been some real stories that have come out of the first 2 days of racing. We'll bring that to you in a few moments' time. But in the last 24 hours or so, there's been some sensational news coming out of the results. But before we get into that, I'll say hello today for the first time to Dolly. And Dolly, at least we've got some breeze to get away with.
Yeah, Shippo, afternoon viewers. We've, as Pete mentioned, it was looking pretty dire only an hour ago. It was a full glass out on the harbour, but breeze started to fill in from the east, and it's actually just starting to tick around a little bit to the right, to the southeast. Currently, we're probably down in the start area. We've got about probably 8 to 10 knots, so should be enough breeze for us to get some decent racing in. We've got a very small run out tide, just starting to go out, but very small tide, very little influence it'll have. But it looks to me, Shippo, like the further we get up the course, we'll have a little bit more breeze. But as I say, if it's going to tick around, it should tick around to the right, and fingers crossed, we do have some very, very heavy clouds. You can see one of them in the top of your shot there. So there's some heavy cloud coming in from the harbour bridge, and there's also some very heavy cloud coming in over the sort of North Shore Chatswood area. So we can hope that might hold back and not shut the breeze down, but we'll wait and see. But either way, we should be able to get 2 good races in, and I'm hoping we might see a little bit of some close racing and some mix up of the results.
As we say, good afternoon to Jimmy Bury, our captain and commander. Now, Jimmy, we're hearing it's an unusual course today, and we mightn't have that confirmed as yet, but talk us through what you think. And we've heard maybe the course for the first race today, which is Heat 3 of this year's championship.
Yeah, afternoon, Pete. Afternoon, viewers. Just spoke to Hugh Lester not 5 minutes ago, and he was talking about putting us on one of the shorter courses, not a windward leeward, not the traditional 6 over 2 or 3, but course 3 over 2, which is a southwest short course, which will start down in the vicinity of Athol Bay. He's more off Robertson Point at this point in time. Then they go to a laid mark up in Clark Island, down to Athol Bay, just in front of the zoo there, work back up to Rose Bay, and then a run down to the finish where's it saying? Athol Bay as well. So if that's what happens, I know it's very trying for the race officer today to try and get anything in, but if anyone could do it, Hugh Lester is the man. And for the viewers at home, there's the tracker on the screen for race 3, and I guess there'll be a new one for race 4.
I guess so.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. Well, 25 minutes away from the start of Heat 3 of this year's championship. Well, what's unfolded in the last 24 hours or so? Let's recap from Sunday's race. Yandu was first. This was provisionally. GC Sales was second by 1 second from Shaw and Partners New Zealand, and then another 1 second to Lazarus in 4th position. But overnight and yesterday, Shaw and Partners New Zealand disqualified, Lazarus disqualified. Incidents at the weather mark the first time between Lazarus and Balmain, and then so Lazarus were disqualified for that, and then Shaw and Partners and GC Sales also offended at the weather mark. So Shaw and Partners New Zealand, after finishing provisionally 3rd, were disqualified. No no penalties applied, just a straight disqualification. So that is some really big news and a disappointment for both of those teams for sure. Now, what has happened also now on the point score, Yandu, can they be unseated with 2 wins? They're going to be very hard to beat, I would think. Then provisional point score, I mean, it's very early days with only 2 heats out of 9. We've got, there's the point score now. Shaw and Partners, Australia are second. GC Sales, Queensland Dash Victoria third, equal with Rag and Famish. They're both on 9. Vicobie 5th. Fisher Paykel 17, equal with Balmain. Black Knight 21, ASCC 8 and 10, the Bigfoot bags and covers. So there's a bit of drama overnight, and very disappointing for those 2 teams that had sailed an excellent race on Sunday to find themselves now disqualified.
And Pete, just as you can see there on screen, Hugh, after ringing and describing what he was going to do, has changed his mind, and we're going for 6 over 2, so that's just going to be Windward Lewards 2 laps. So pretty much so, same sort of race area, but as I said, with the breeze swinging around a bit, I think this just gives Hugh and the great team there on the committee boat the opportunity to be able to swing the course if they need to.
All right, and cheerio to Paul Barnett from Pinehurst, North Carolina. He watches till after midnight over there. He's the uncle of Daniel Barnett and the brother of the Cub, Phil Barnett. So it's nice to have you with us, Paul. A very famous name in 18-foot skiff racing on Sydney Harbour. And other people watching, there's a heap of them. And again, we say thank you to you all. And you're all there joining us. And Stuart Brown's there, Kurt Snowden's there, Ian Barnard's there, Chris Percy, Wolf Pfeiffer, Yankee Express. Just got to work out this Yankee Express bloke. He's giving a few good compliments.
He's up the back flying the drone, mate.
Well, I don't know whether he is, because he's very much into self-promotion, if he is. I'm just trying to find his last post here. Well, I'm looking for it. Chris Keevers from Fishing Point on Lake Macquarie. Hello to you. Now, this can't be right, surely. Deeksy 00, g'day from Mawson's Hut in Antarctica. Well, that is something else. That'd be a first. I hope that's fair dinkum. So anyway, hello to you, Deeksy. Send us a picture, Deeksy. Not of your ice cubes, but it's a bit of serious ice down there. Ian Barnard, maybe Balmain might make it come back today. Well, I think they're hoping for it. So who else we got? Mick Ralph's there. I mentioned to him. Steve Taylor. Go the Club Marine and go Balmain. And Kurt Flint. He's going for the Yandu again. Now, there's one there that I'm trying to find, but I can't find it. There's Peter O'Connor staying at the Vancouver Airport Hotel en route to somewhere, Turkey. Well, say, not Torquay, I don't know where it is, but anyway, Peter, safe travels in this troubled times. Here's what I'm looking for. From Mick Ralph, 4623. Yankee Express is right. Dylan is the best drone pilot in sailing. So we're having a bit of a laugh, but Dylan Clark is our drone pilot, and we have a few laughs at his expense, but he does a fantastic job. But while we're waiting for Heat 3 to get underway, boy, the breeze has not strengthened any, Dolly. Here at the Stony area down off sort of Athol, it's only about 6 or 7 knots at the moment.
Yeah, and it has gone a little bit right, but it's just dropped, and Jimmy and I were just looking through the harbour bridge, and it is starting to rain on the western side of the bridge, and that cloud's getting a bit closer. Couple of shout-outs from me. Shippo, Scotty O'Connor over in Fiji has been watching every day and loving the coverage. Steve and Sharon Jones, who are from the NS14 Association, they're big fans of Emma Rankin, who is a former national champion. She sailed with Mark Thorpe, and I think she also did a couple of regattas with Speezy, but they've got their New South Wales state titles this weekend up at South Lake Macquarie Sailing Club. on the western side of the lake up there. Hope you all have a good weekend up there and you get a bit more breeze than what we've got today. And great today, we had quite a few drop-ins at the Camera Cat about lunchtime, Shippo. We've got the big crew down from Taree again, who were down here last year and really enjoying themselves. A couple of overseas visitors and John McLean and a couple of sailing mates down from Brisbane. Really good to see them down at the club. So yeah, really bringing everyone together. I think there's sort of a 90s 18-footers get together tomorrow, Wednesday.
Is that you got to be 90 years of age, or you just qualified, Noel, weren't you?
No, 1990s.
Oh, 1990, right.
And it's actually late 90s, so it was after my time, Shippo. But no, my gang are all coming down on Saturday, and all the Grand Prix sailing crew are going out for a big dinner on Saturday night. So looking forward to seeing all the old 18 friends down here, and I believe Mr. David Witt is coming into town and gracing us with his presence tomorrow. So it's all happening.
It'd be good to see Witty, that's for sure. But that's the grey sort of day on the harbour. It's wind has materialised, but it's not very strong, 8 knots at best. But remembering today's partner is Shaw and Partners, and a little earlier today, before the boats got out on the water, when it didn't look as though there was any breeze, I spoke to the skipper of Shaw and Partners Australia, Keegan York. And here's Keegan. Well, Keegan, a good start so far to the regatta? Happy with that?
Bit of a wild one on Sunday, but I think overall, yeah, we're pretty happy. I think we ended up with the 5th on Sunday, and I think there's still a paradise to come, so we might end up straight through with a 4th, 2 swims and a crap start.
Yeah, that's right. But on Saturday, you were good in the light air?
Yeah, we're good in the light air. We knew that they were going out to the left there, but they were about 400 metres behind, so we couldn't cover them when there was 15 boats in between them.
Yeah. But you covered a bit of territory on Saturday. You went all over the harbour a bit?
No, that was the invitation. That was the invitation.
I was
a lot more conservative on the first heat, that's for sure.
But a funny day on Sunday, wasn't it? Fresh and then nothing. It was all over the place.
Yeah, it was. So it gave opportunities to catch up, but the problem was for the whole second figure of 8, it was just light. Yeah. So, and the richer just got richer. They just sailed down with that last puff down to Obelisk, and we were still going around the top mark, so there was no chance to catch them from there.
Well, and Yandu's been pretty solid, haven't they? Yeah.
Like normal.
Yes, yeah. But today's going to be an interesting day if we get races, isn't it?
I'm hoping no.
Yeah.
You know, I do not want lotteries, and that's very much a lottery day.
It looks like it at the moment. Trying to get 2 races in also could be tough. Yeah.
I'm going to come back Friday. I can't see the problem. 25 knots southerly or something.
Is it? Yeah, okay. Well, it's a lay day, so it could possibly work out. But your New Zealand partners are doing okay. Shaw and Partners New Zealand, aren't they?
Yeah, they're good sailors. As much as they took me out when they were ASCC or whatever it was last year.
Yes, that's right.
You know, this year they're our friends. Yeah. No, they got a new boat as well, and they've put time in over in New Zealand, and they got Streety on the main sheet, and he's no slouch, that's for sure.
So how have you found the new boat? Has it taken a while to get it into tune?
Yeah, this one, I think it was because it was such a late changeover. Like, we were fully preparing to keep the old boat, and we got this boat 2 weeks before the season started, and Phil had a lot on work. So yeah, it sort of was a bit of a rush job, and we didn't do some things right, and we broke some things, and totally different to how we went with the last boat. Last boat was like a rocket out of the blocks and solid hull out doing your repair work. This one is going to be repairing every week.
Yeah. Anyway, second so far overall, so hang in there and good luck today if we get a race in.
Oh, mate, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. One of the great characters of the sport, Keegan York, and currently in second place on the points table. Remembering 6 races have got to be completed and then a drop comes into play. So we're a long way from that and a long way really from finding out a winner. But Yandu have been very impressive in the first 2 races so far, but in these very light conditions, it's a race that could go any way, but which way here, because the breeze now is only about 6 or 7 knots. We're still about 20 minutes away, or no, a bit less, about 14 minutes away from a proposed starting time, 2:45 Sydney time here on the harbour. There's a lot of heavy cloud around, as we mentioned earlier, away to the northwest and west. A lot of rain over various suburbs, I would think, and to the very much to the west of the Harbour Bridge. There's a lot of rain, but the course has been signified. It's a 2-lapper. And we got a course length as yet, Jimmy? I don't think we have.
Yeah, we have 1.3 nautical mile at a bearing of 110.
Okay, well, it's a big question. Will we get 2 races in today? That's what's scheduled. Heats 3 and 4. Racing today for the Alan Cole Memorial Trophy. There's the committee boat. Flags are fluttering. That's the main thing. A few boats going upwind, and I won't want to get too far upwind because it's a long way back downwind in these light conditions. So, Dole, a few upsets overnight, hasn't it been, with those protests and disqualifications?
It certainly is, and it's going to make it pretty hard for those guys. So, for viewers at home, the boats only get to drop one of their worst score. They get to drop one race, and a number of boats have already got some pretty decent scores. And when you've got Yandu out in front with 2 bullets, it certainly puts them in a pretty good position. But you know, Keegan is still in reach. He's only 4 points behind. And I was just going to say, seeing we had Keegan on screen there before, and also with Shaw and Partners, I wanted to really give Earl Evans and Alan Zion a big rap, not just for the support that they're giving. They're a great welcome addition to the 18-footers, but just massive supporters of all number of sports in Australia now. They're really, really pumping in some money, and I know they're trying to get publicity, but you know, they're putting their money into sports like surf lifesaving and stuff like that, which is really giving back to the community, and I think that's fantastic. But on our mate Keegan, Shippo, so I haven't done my research, so I can't confirm, but I've been around for a while now, mate, in this game. And question without notice, Shippo. So has anyone ever won the 16-foot skiff and 18-foot skiff nationals and JJ Giltinan on the same year?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, Jimmy?
Jury's out. I think we've had this question.
Yeah,
I can't remember the answer.
I haven't done my research, and I don't think we have. So I've got to do a bit more of a deep dive, but I don't think we have. We've had many Australian 16-foot champions and JJ champions, but I don't think we've had it in the same year. So we've had the likes of Lee Napton, you know, there's quite a few, Trevor Barnabas, quite a few that come to mind that have won the Nationals in the 16s and won a JJ's, but I don't think anyone has done it in the same year. So if Keegan York is able to come good in this regatta, being the current 16-foot skiff champion in Bosca, and wins this regatta in Shaw and Partners, I think he might be able to make a bit of history. But I'll check on that for you, Shippo.
Okay, well, I'm going for a yes. I'm not sure who the yes is with, but I'm going for a yes, just to be different and difficult. So we're hearing a hooter off the boat. So, was that off the ferry, was it?
No, it was off the start boat.
Oh, to get out of the way.
Yeah,
on station.
10 minutes till the race gets underway. But look at that on screen, Shippo. You've even got cruises named after you now.
Kumquat Cruise, I love it. Fantastic.
As the footy show boys used to say, that's gold.
That is very
Green
good.
Junk and a couple of the boys from down at St George Sailing Club. They thought they'd start a new cruise company in honour of you.
Well, I'll be remembered for something. Hello to the Pellies from Opossum Bay and Hobart. Steve Taylor's there. And Ian Nipper Henderson is confirming who I think is the answer to your question, Dolly, but I'll need someone else to jump in. Anyway, Ghost Winds there from Tampa Bay in Florida. Hello to you. Mike Scott. Hello from Richmond, Santa Cruz. Go Andu, USA. Well, they've been performing very creditably, and it's getting darker here overhead. The rain's getting closer again. If you're watching on Sunday, an incredible finish to the race from a strong southerly of 20-plus knots. Came to the finish, the big cloud descended over the fleet, and the leaders had to drift home in basically no wind at all. So we're not far off signals here.
There's the live tracker to watch how much effort these sailors are going to put in today to try and get the boats up to speed. So that'll you can watch the live leaderboard, all the VMGs, all the other bits and pieces of what these boats are.
Distance covered, all sorts of stuff. I did a bit of a deep dive into it the other night, and there's some pretty useful information in there, and I think it'd be really useful for the sailors too, Shippo, to sit down at night and go through the data and have a look at it.
Have the commentary on or off?
But you've got me intrigued what Nipper reckons now. I reckon he might... Did he say Rod Howe, Thurston, maybe?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, okay.
You make these blind statements. You've got to back it up with facts.
There's a chance that Thurston might have crewed and won a 16, and then maybe the year, because I think he sailed with Howie Hamlin, didn't he, when he won? Was Thurston on with Howie?
I think so, yeah.
Well, Greg's son's answered, but I don't think that's the answer, Greg. I think he says the Bear, Don Barnett, but I don't think it was in the same year.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I've done a bit of cheating while we were just sitting there.
Oh, here we go. Yes, Jimmy?
And I've messaged the Oracle's steamer.
Yep.
Just waiting for a reply.
It'll be a long reply. It'll be a long reply.
He's just checking.
He's just checking his newspaper articles from 1962.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a bit of a sandwich here. We've got Fisher Paykel and then we've got like Kobe in front of us. So you concentrate on the steering, Jimmy.
I'm just trying to get you an answer that you need, and the one person who would know, if anyone was to know.
Steamer, I hope he's listening or watching. So we're approaching the start of Heat 3. Light conditions on the harbour if you've just joined us. A 2-lap windward leeward. Start down off Athol Bight, off the zoo, Taronga Park Zoo on the harbour. Cloud, fairly heavy cloud cover. A lot of rain away to the west, which could play havoc with the wind.
It is filling in, that cloud's filling in from behind us, and it is starting to kill this breeze a bit.
It's raining over the harbour bridge, looking back over Circular Quay. There's a fair bit of rain.
Breeze really starting to drop off here.
I've got another one that's supporting me, Alan Mansfield.
Well, Alan knows a bit too.
Okay, well, he's saying what I think. Who the answer is.
What era are we talking, Shippo?
Not long ago.
Oh,
Not long ago.
Righto.
And you said it, Dolly, but my thought is you said it, that he didn't do it. But I think he did do it.
Okay. Yep, the little general, Leroy.
Well, that's what I think did it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, we'll soon see. We're waiting for the 5-minute flags to go up. Jeff Pitt at the back of the boat, one of the valued volunteers on the committee boat. Been doing this for many, many years. Was very instrumental in helping the late Doug Cameron, and we always think of Doug every time we see the committee boat out there. Passed away a month or so back, and sorely missed by everyone that knew Doug's. So starters orders out. Well, there's the gloomy scene looking away to the northwest. A lot of rain up over the northern and western suburbs, but that's the overhead view. Lightish airs, starting to get a few sprinkles of rain here at the starty area. So where we're going to start, Dol, the tide is outbound, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very small tide though. It's not a big tide, but yes, it is just starting to go out. At the moment, it looks like the line's pretty even, I think. It did look a bit pinned back before, but they've either shifted the pin a bit or maybe the breeze has shifted around a bit. But that's the Germans just shaping in behind the start boat. It'll be interesting to see if they harden up here so we can get a bit of a gauge on height. But a couple of boats came in from the pin end on port just having a look, and they had decent height on port, but not enough height to cross the fleet, I don't think.
Okay, well, most boats are back behind the starting line. Well, that's a good start. We've got Trevor Bayliss asking whether does 14s and 18s count in a single season. Sure about that. Simon Whitehead from Wenty Falls is watching. So we'll concentrate now. Mike Scott, hello to you in the USA, but we'll concentrate now on the start. Oh, it's getting darker and darker. The rain's getting closer and closer, and the start is getting closer and closer. 3 minutes 20, and the beat is up towards, where's the weather mark? Jimmy, have we got a weather mark sighting? It's hard to see in this gloomy
It's
conditions.
very hard. Even my eyes are struggling with it today, but 110 degrees. We'll spin the boat around and we'll work out where that is.
I'm sure we'll find it, and I hope the skiffs find it, but...
Should be halfway across the Dardanelles there, I would have thought.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was just behind the power boat that's coming straight at us. But
all right, well, we'll lamp that shortly, but under 3 minutes to go for Heat 3 of the JJs for 2026.
Yeah.
And there's the pin, the bottom of the screen. That's the view back towards the committee boat. Yandu going up with a bit more breeze now. Maybe the clouds bring a bit of breeze with it, but Yandu going back up the to windward of the line and coming back now.
Yeah, this is going to get pretty tricky, I think. This cloud and rain's starting to fill in behind us towards the start line. At least for this first beat, we should be sailing away from it and the breeze should hang in. So we should be sweet until we get to the top mark and come back, I think.
Going to be a light run, but it's a day that could provide upsets. And as I said earlier, can someone topple Yandu, who's been in supreme form so far, winning the 2 heats quite convincingly, but with a minute 40 to go, where's that? The pin's down there, and we're in line with the pin.
We're perfectly lined up, thanks, Jimmy. Although it is with the white flag, Shippo, not the red flags.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So the boats are sort of starting to line up now. It's where the Shore and Partners getting towards the middle. Down the leeward end is ASCC. They were very good on Sunday.
yeah, I'm getting confirmation too on Napo 2016.
That's it.
So I didn't think he did it in the same year, but he did. He's won multiples of both.
And he won the Australian title too, I think, the Australian Worlds and...
Yep, that's what he
Yep.
Well...
Lee has replied.
Oh, the
he's
man
watching.
himself. G'day, Leroy.
Good on you, Napo. I was pumping your tyres up there, mate. Dolly wouldn't know, really. I mean, he owes me a beer. But anyway, a minute to go or less. So I hope you're well, Lee. And
Well, Keegan could be the second one to do it then.
well,
There
we'll
you go.
see. Now we're just starting to rumble, just starting. Up at the windward end is Rag and Famished, Royal Oak. Lazarus is up there after he was disqualified in the race on Sunday. Yandu well back there, deep and buried. I can't see Yandu.
Yandu are down
Where's
at the pin end on port and not looking in the best position, actually.
No.
Keegan York
York
and
looks
Shore
good,
and
yep.
Partners and Emma Rankin are closing out that pin end. They're not going to get a spot in there.
10 seconds coming up. Rag and Famish right at the committee boat can hold there. Royal Oaks push the pedal down. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Royal Oak, if anyone.
Looked clean to
I
me.
think they're
He
all
just
right.
scraped in. It was a very good start from Royal Oak.
Very good start from the Royal Oak. Hugo Stoner. Yandu, oh, they're going to go round the stern of them all. Ooh, that's costly. But anyway, if they're good enough, they're good enough. So we're away mostly on starboard, on light air, probably 7 or 8 knots at best. Few have bailed out already, led by Rag and Famish and Ballard Properties. Kobe has tacked also, reasonably placed. Yandu now going out to the right. Royal Oak tacked above him. Oh, it's light where the boats on starboard are going into Athol under Bradley's head. Lazarus has tacked also. There's Yandu and the 18-footers, the kitchen maker. They look reasonably proud up.
Yandu obviously did that. They wanted to get to the right-hand side of the course.
And
early.
just looking, there looks more breeze into the right.
Yeah, that's why they wanted to get there.
It looks pretty light up under Bradley's, and that's where the left-hand group is still going. And the question will be, can they get a lane to go back? And where are our friends? Fisher and Pike on New Zealand, okay. But we'll look at the fleet now. There's ASCC, furthest left, just tacking now. Very light there where they are. They've gone a long way up under Bradley's. But most of them now jumped out onto port tack. Balmain, they need a good one today. Above them, Fisher Paykel, Brett Van Munster. Okay, that's the scene. Okay, the left-hand group have just got pressure coming round Bradley's. The boats out in the middle are down bow down with pressure. So
Shore and Partners Australia sort of sandwiched between the Black Knight and Club Marinas, determining where they can and can't go. They're a bit locked in.
So ASCC and Smeg furthest in the left. Smeg, another one that need a good performance today to stay in the competition. So now the fleet all on port. Outgoing tide, be pushing them upwind. And the breeze, it's light. Wouldn't be 10 knots, it'd be 8 knots at best.
Yeah, very tricky here. Everyone on port and trying to hold a lane. Emma Rankin has just been spat out on.
And the most left boat looks like Vycobi down there. Kirk Mitchell.
It is, yeah.
He's percolating, and above him Lazarus and the Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot stepping out nicely in that group. Shippo.
They are. They had a good day on Sunday with Aaron Everett steering. But they're starting to lift. Well, I think it's the pressure that's getting them lift, actually.
But they've got pace too.
Yeah.
They've rolled over a bunch of boats there with speed.
So I think, well, they're just looking for one to go back on in the left, going in towards Clark Island. And we're getting a bit of rain now on the camera cutters. It's coming out from the west, descending across the race course. The Germans just above Shore and Partners Australia, Fisher Paykel to Leeward. To join the dot game at the moment, looking for the pressure. Okay, the pack have started to bail out from the right. So there's Vycobi and Yandu, and I think it's probably the Bigfoot would lead that group. But that Tom Kudig up to windward in Lazarus off camera at the moment. And then out in front of Yandu going across is Shore and Partners New Zealand.
Yeah, he's managed to cross everyone except Bigfoot.
So Shore and Partners tacking. Another one to be very disappointed after disqualification in Heat 2. But we're going upwind now, the first time, 2-lapper.
As I said, Shippo, if this breeze is going to shift a little bit, the oscillations will go right. So they're trying to keep chipping away to this right-hand side, I think. But it is looking quite light on the extreme right, so they don't want to get too far across. Lazarus very high on starboard tack now. There they are.
And boats that went into Bradley's on starboard off camera are very low on starboard. So that's what we traditionally see. You come back on port from Bradley's, you're high. Come out of the right, you're high. And then see who meets in the middle, really.
Oh, the tack back from Bradley's head will be ugly.
Yeah, in this air. It's not much air.
You don't want to be over there.
Okay. Here's Beck Hancock up to windward, looking good. And also Rag and Famish got some good height coming round their bow. Ben Crawford, and then ahead of them, just off camera, is Lazarus, starting to head. Now, Rag and Famish just take a little bit of a header. So here's a good go. Yandu, Vycobi, Shore and Partners New Zealand, then Lazarus up to windward. And then leading this group, the Bigfoot.
Yeah, probably Lazarus managing to climb height out on the Bigfoot now. I don't think the Bigfoot could get a tack done and cross Lazarus right now.
I think this is the leading group, I think, looking at them. The boats that went to Bradley haven't come good at all.
But yeah, this right-hand bunch of Lazarus, Bigfoot and the Yandu with Vycobi just behind. They'll wait till they get a bit of a header before they tack back. Just looking for one to go back on, and they'll take another little chip up to the right.
Nice clear air on Yandu. They're starting to head as they get back into the middle of the harbour, which will favour the boats down on the left. But we haven't seen anyone come out of the left yet that might be prominent. ASCC's way down there. Okay, Vycobi's gone back. Shore and Partners New Zealand still going. And also Yandu has gone back. They want the right.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure over here again now, Shippo, on the right.
Yeah, it's accelerating through the gap between Shark Island and Point Piper. But reasonably well powered up on the Yandu.
I'm not sure why you'd go to Bradley's head in this breeze direction. Nothing's changed in the last 60 years that I know of.
Well, the boats down there are all high on starboard. Just what they don't want.
That's right.
off camera, Yandu's gone back. And it's Rag and Famish and Yandu the most right now with Ballard Properties and the Brisbane 18 footers. Like Kobe's trying to get to the right also. He just crossed Ballard Properties off camera. So as you can see, ASCC just round the bow of Yandu, most furthest left. Okay, Yandu moving quite nicely, but moving even better are Lazarus and the Bigfoot. Lazarus taking a bit of a header now to come back.
Yeah, they've just come into that breeze that Yandu's on the edge of now.
Yandu will still be behind them. So it looks like halfway up this beat, or about 2/3 up the beat, looks like the leaders will be the Bigfoot, Lazarus, Yandu, Shaw and Partners New Zealand, I think. And then coming in from the left, 6th. He looks okay up there. Jacob Marks, but there he is.
We mentioned earlier Dave Hayter back on the helm of the Bigfoot today. He's certainly a couple of days rest. He's hit the ground running.
We're about 400 to 500 metres from the weather mark, right up off Shark Island, and it's a little bit more acceleration in the breeze as we often see here. I think the right looks favoured here.
Yeah, just got to keep chipping up here to the right. Just get to the pressure first and then tack on it. The pressure shifts right slightly, so you're high on starboard when you get to the pressure. They'll be cheering at the Brisbane 18 footers right now.
Trent Neighbour and Elliot Marr with Dave Hayter are leading this heat, the 3rd of the Australian Championships, or will they cross Yandu?
Yandu on a nice little lefty now.
Left. They've picked this pretty well. I think Yandu will lead. Surprise, surprise. They're high on port, and I think they'll cross the Bigfoot. It doesn't look that great coming out of the right. Yeah, there's the gap now. They're across. So Yandu leads. They're into a familiar spot. There's the 18-footer. Brisbane 18's just tacking down there. Smeg out in the middle trying to get back. There's a couple of boats that went left. Balmain being one of them. Look reasonable. Yandu's just tacked. And as I speak, there's more breeze coming towards Yandu, which they'll be enjoying and seeing.
Yeah, Lazarus and Shaw and Partners New Zealand should get onto a nice little bit of breeze coming back on port now. There's a little left shift, but unfortunately they've just had a ferry cross their bow, so that is going to not do them any favours.
These boats now getting to more up pressure. It's not 10 knots, it's probably 8, good solid 8 knots. So Yandu will lead, and
that's the Berlin Bears, is it, in the mix there?
It is, Jimmy. Yeah.
Go the Berlin Bears.
Berlin Bears, Phil Nock, Marcelo Mersk and Matt Seidler. That's them. They're right in the hunt, so to speak. You're hunting the Bears, they're hunting them, the leaders down here. So Yandu taking a few little digs up. So Auckland, the Auckland boat, Shaw and Partners New Zealand are close. So what are we going to see when they go back? Yandu probably go out now to a starboard ley line.
And Shaw and Partners Australia not in a good position. You can see them back of shot. They're about to come out the back of... There they are.
They're well back.
They're pretty deep.
Well, they got buried at the start there and have never really recovered as yet. So Yandu not far off attack, surely. Attacking now. That's Shaw and Partners New Zealand just going behind them.
Yeah, Eli Leifting doing a good job. And
yeah, well, he'll be second.
Yandu about to just get into that wash from the ferry, which is actually going to help them.
They're going to run back towards the starting area gate, heading into some rain, but Yandu will lead. Shore and Partners New Zealand second. Bigfoot from Brisbane, they will be third. Then it gets a bit mixed up after all of that. Let's see what happens. Okay, Yandu's around, setting. Shore and Partners round in a little gust. They're into their work.
Yeah, Lazarus Capital Partners just undercooked the ley line for that. Had to do a double tack, but they've managed to slot in front of the Berlin Bears.
A Bigfoot third, Lazarus 4, Berlin Bears. Having a good day out, they're fifth. Next will be, I think it's the Brisbane, GC Sales. We haven't seen them up the beat, but they're close enough. They're around. Next will be sixth, and then Balmain. So GC Sales around. Tight lay for sixth, even tighter lay for Balmain. So Balmain just getting a wriggle on now. They're around. And the Brisbane 18-footers. All pretty close here. No one's jibe set. They're all running away or bear away set. Now rag and famished behind the Brisbane 18s.
Next is Bar Karate. That red one?
Yeah. Now, those boys have never sailed together before this regatta. Foreign has never sailed on an 18-foot skiff. So they're doing a pretty good job. The sheet hand there on Bar Karate, Harvey Hillry's the former world 14-foot skiff champion. So they know how to sail.
Our American friends here on the
they missed it. They missed the mark, Andu. They go around. Okay, Ballard Properties, Beck Hancock. Leads the lady skippers. They're into their work. Then ASCC. Then the Americans. Oh, and Shore and Partners after them. They're deep.
And then we've got three boats who've badly misjudged this ley line.
Vycobi were up halfway up the beat. Where did they get to?
They didn't need to tack early there either. They had a clear lane.
Okay, so Andu's around.
Shippo, I've just noticed Killer Coffee. I've just had a look through the binoculars. They're heading back towards Double Bay. It looks like they've got a broken boom or a broken gooseneck.
No good.
Jordan Gertis, that's a shame. So Shore and Partners round now. The Germans, Black Knight, inside of them is Lockie Steele and the Kitchen Maker. Then Smeg, Ash Rooklyn. Oh, where did Vycobi end up in all of that? Well back. Then the Vikings from Denmark are around.
Emma Rankin's had to tack under Vycobi. She's going to struggle to get around this mark.
Vycobi got some work to do to get back into this race, as has Emma. She can kiss the mark, as we say. No problems, as long as you don't tow it too far. Gotcha for life round the outside of them. Then following Fisher Paykel, 18-footers. Then the Royal Oak. But a few boats starting to jibe away from Shark Island because that's where the bear away set takes them.
These rain clouds are moving up towards a Shippo. It's really bent the breeze around for one, but it's also dying as we get further down the course.
Meanwhile, up ahead, right on Bradley's Yandu has sailed their header all the way down, along with Shore and Partners, New Zealand, and they've jumped right away. But that's the fleet vying for the minor placings at the moment.
Oh, this is very tricky the further we get down. I'm just looking at Shore and Partners, New Zealand, and Yandu down off Bradley's Head. They're looking, there they are. They're looking down pressure and they're trying to find something to jibe back on. I think Yandu's probably not far off it. They've managed to get across in front of that Manly ferry.
Yeah, New Zealanders won't. They'll have to probably jibe out of there shortly. It's very light easterly, east-southeasterly breeze. A two-lapper. This is running down the end of the first lap. Oh, they're going to get some bounce off this ferry.
Oh, there they go. That's not going to do them any favours. That's out on the Double Bay side of the course. Got the Berlin Bears at 6th. Jibing back to the middle of the harbour now, heading over towards Bradley's Head. The breeze is starting to bend around to the right, which should help them a little. Can see right
on Bradley's head.
Yeah.
Look at Yandu. Big. They've got to heat up a lot. It's a big angle.
Shaw and Partners New Zealand starting to come back to Yandu a little now.
Just picked up that breeze after the ferry and they bow down. Yandu bow up a certain amount. How far do you go out here before you go back? That's the question for Yandu. Look at the header that Shaw and Partners are on. Down, down, down they go.
Breeze is just bending as we're getting towards this cloud. Wouldn't be surprised if they end up with spinnakers down as we get closer to this next mark. If this breeze starts to swing around and do basically a full 180.
This rain and cloud are starting to affect the race course. So
that live leaderboard doesn't have Shaw and Partners New Zealand on it, Shippo, and with that late protest hearing, they might have forgotten to
turn the
put
button
their tracker.
Put their tracker on, so we'll let them off the hook today.
So it's quite close. It's closed up, but Shaw and Partners got to get out of there. They're jibing. Yep, they're getting right up under the lee of Bradley's head. They've jibed. They've got a lot of work to do to stay in this championship now after being disqualified from Sunday's second heat. Eli Leifting, Sam Street and Josh Shon. But they're throwing the challenge down to Yandu. And who we got as third is the Berlin Bears, is it? There's one boat right into Double Bay. Wow, the fleet have really split up here. Coming around Bradley's head off camera is Balmain. Oh, they've got no wind.
Yeah, and who's done pretty well out in the middle of the harbour is GC Sails Shippo. I think where they're positioned, if this breeze fills a little, they won't be too badly off.
One boat that hasn't done well is Balmain, unfortunately. They went way into the right. They're not coming back with much. Okay, so these two boats here, 6th Berlin Bears, are close to 3rd and 4th.
That boat right over in Double Bay, that's the Rag and Fabish.
Okay, well, he's rolled the dice a little, but it might pay off. Jacob Marks having a look around. It's light weather tactics in play now. It looks as though Yandu might have stolen a march here again on Shaw and Partners. Gee, it's light down here at the leeward mark.
And the breeze has shifted around a little bit again now. It looked like it was going to be
Look at Yandu, how soft they are. Just looking for something.
Also notice Lazarus hasn't got their normal spinnaker on. They've got the old marine outlets. They must have done some damage that wasn't repairable in time.
Okay, well, not far behind this group are GC Sails, Rag and Famish and Lazarus, but it's a real VMG run, this. The rain is sort of hovering around over North Sydney, not getting that much closer, but the breeze is starting to dissipate and die even further. The Yandu have jibed and got a little bit of a rumble up.
Yeah, they're on a lay for the gate now, and they're looking pretty good actually. They've just picked up a little zephyr. They're moving towards the gate really nicely with depth.
Oh, just collapsed a bit on them there. This is the gate here. They go a choice of left or right. And thought they'd extended, but the New Zealanders have done okay out in the middle. They're still behind, but it's about the same distance they were at the weather mark. So we've got one more lap to go after this.
New Zealanders are still in the hunt here at Shaw and Partners New Zealand. Eli Leifting.
Yandu jibing. Shaw and Partners up to windward. So which gate are they going to? Which way do they want to go here? Yandu look as though they've probably set up for the left-hand gate. Yeah, they have.
A jibe drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
And New Zealanders right in the middle. Are they going to follow them? Okay, Yandu jibing now.
They're going to split.
Yeah, they're going to split here. Well, I suppose that's... But looking upwind, boy, it looks calm again. Really calm. Okay, well, they're about to go round this gate at the same time. Yandu is just around now, and a boat length to go for Shaw and Partners, hardly moving.
Yeah, they're dragging the kite. They've got it in now. That didn't help them there.
No, little advantage Yandu. Well, Yandu are away and pressure. Get that apparent wind up, and they're off they go. So next after Shaw and Partners, who is second, Shaw and Partners New Zealand, it will be a couple of boats come rumbling down now with heading pressure, which is Lazarus, GC Sails, and is that Rag and Famish? And then six will cover off on these boats, but not much in it.
Don't forget about the Berlin Bears.
Yeah, they're out here,
Yep.
There's a big split in all these boats, but Rag and Famish did very well. They went right into Double Bay before they jibed and have really got themselves back into the place getters here, certainly into third place. So first to drop the chute would be Lazarus, then sixth with the orange chute. Berlin Bears in a tricky manoeuvre come in from the right. They've got room rights there. Got to get the spinnaker down, boys.
A jibe, lured drop.
Yeah, interesting manoeuvre.
Yep.
Always good for a forward end.
Yeah, well, I'm up to the task. And down the left-hand gate, Rag and Famish trying to get round. Oh, Berlin Bears have absolutely stopped now. Sixth have got round the outside of them. And then GC Sails trying to get their mainsail set, but look how light it is. And
yeah, that left turn is the favoured turn.
I think so.
The one to take.
Okay, we're hearing signals. Is there
Abandoned race.
Yeah.
race abandoned? Race abandoned. Well, looking upwind, I think that's a wise decision. The breeze is completely lifted off here. So someone will have to go and chase Yandu. They're a long way up. Well, not a long way. They're about a third of the way up the beat. But that'll save a few boats bacon here.
Yeah, there'll be a few disappointed, and there'll be definitely a few that'll be cheering with that decision.
Well, one of them is Shaw and Partners Australia. They were way back.
Most definitely, they'll be happy with that.
So race abandoned. And are we going to get another start in? That's the thing. It's grey, it's overcast, it's drizzly, and there's not much wind. So race officer Hugh Lester has pulled the pin literally at after just one lap of the third heat. I'm trying to make contact with Hugh to see what he's got proposed. Not much, I guess, just stand around and wait, or sail around and wait.
Tell you who'll be devastated with that decision will be the Berlin Bears, mate.
Yeah.
What a fantastic race they were sailing, and I'll tell you what, they would have won the handicap by about 10 minutes, I reckon, Jimmy.
10 minutes. The rest I'll.
Actually, you've got the handicaps there, Shippo. What's the Berlin Bears handicap? It's in your
Yeah, it is somewhere. It's got so many
folder.
notes.
There we are.
Stand by. Stand by. I've got their handicaps.
The Berlin Bears are 5 minutes.
Okay. And,
on the short course.
yep.
Radio.
So, a non-event at the moment. We're just waiting to see what happens, and I can tell you there's not going to be much to happen because it's
Shut down, hasn't it?
complete shutdown here. I mean, the boats are just making slow progress downwind. There's Hugh Lester, the race officer.
Okay.
Knowing him, he'd want to get a race underway, but he's not going to do it in these conditions. So, too much of a lottery.
Jimmy's getting some inside mail, I think, are you, Jimmy?
Slowly but surely getting the inside mail, as always told.
And that is?
Well,
Stand by.
stand by at the moment, Shibbo.
Come on, we need more info than that.
Hey, mate.
Okay, so...
There's the overhead view, and as you can see, not a lot of breeze down here in the start area now.
Vykovi's another that would be thrilled with that decision. They were almost last and they've just got to the gate now. So Yandu now coming back downwind, but there's not much breeze to come back with. And whether we're going to get a race in, Dol, that's the thing. We've got to try and get 2 in.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it'd be nice to at least get 1 in. We do have scope to bang another one in on another day. But what we are trying to avoid is scrapping today and resailing 2 races on the reserve day on Friday. It's got the AP.
Fan of the race. He's. I've just got off the phone with you. He's, as the viewers can see, there is no breeze. So Hugh just said, not really fair that you can come down the run in one jibe. Or near enough to one jibe. So that's why he decided to blow this race up. Hugh's all about fair sailing. He's going to give it a little bit just to see if something does materialise as far as breeze goes, but he's not very hopeful.
Well, he's lifted the anchor on the committee boat and they're chugging away to somewhere else. The sky is sort of reasonably clear towards the south, but away to the west and northwest it's pretty ugly.
Hugh's AP flag's seen better days.
Yeah.
No,
Has it got a knot in the
they
tail?
tie the knots in them so that, when they go up and
don't.
They deploy, they explode. It's like
Okay, Jimmy.
one of those things.
Is it not meant to come out?
The knot is meant to come out, yes.
Well, certainly not out at the moment.
No.
That's the
There it is, thank you.
answering pennant there.
Thank you, Pears, for that wonderful shot of the AP flag.
So we're stand by to stand by. If you've just joined us from Sydney Harbour, the news is not great. The breeze has lifted off and we got through 1 lap of 2 in the first race today. Yandu and Shaw and Partners New Zealand were vying for the lead. Yandu ahead, but the race was abandoned as the majority of the fleet approached the gate for the first time. And we're waiting now to see whether and if we'll get a race or races today. I would say races will be highly unlikely, and even a race will be highly unlikely at the moment. But we've still got time. Sydney time is 3:13. And we're getting some afternoon snacks handed around. Thank you.
Looks pretty healthy, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. We're into the health food. Well, you can see that scene there. There's not much wind.
Yeah, virtually nothing. Be lucky to be 1 or 2 knots. Hasn't completely shut down.
Hugh's just sent a whole heap of the different rescue vessels to all corners of our race area to see there's anything anywhere that we can get something happening.
There's a bit of an east nor'easter here, just puffed come over the top of Bradley's. Dole, having a look at the forecast, what do we got for the next 2 or 3 days? I think good nor'easter tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow's looking pretty good. We've got a nor'easter, should be sort of high teens. And then Thursday not too bad either. Friday looks like a cracking day, but that's a reserve day. And at the moment we get into the weekend, we've got breeze. We've got breeze each day. Oh, there we are.
There's Dylan. Dylan doing some of his finest work. Come closer, Dylan.
Can you go to the other side of the boat and get my better side, please, Dylan? But yeah, breeze is actually, for the next few days, for the rest of the regatta, isn't looking too bad, Shippo. So, but as I say, unfortunately, the best day looks like it's going to be Friday, which is a day that we're not actually sailing.
Well, we might be sailing.
Well, we might end up sailing Friday, yes. So Friday, we've got a really nice southerly coming through.
Well, the interesting thing there's a big corporate day on the harbour for the PIF regatta, the Property Industry Foundation regatta, and there'll be a lot of yachts out for that.
And are you meant to be sailing in that, Shippo?
No, I didn't get a gong. So, age has caught up with me, Dol, I think.
Your phone stopped ringing, has it, mate? Eh?
Well,
They probably thought you were busy.
Hand over to my daughter. She's sailing, so we'll get out of her way. But the breeze now is not materialised at all. The fleet are just hanging around on this very calm afternoon on the harbour. What's that rain doing? Oh, still looks to be closer, but it's still heavy over the northern suburbs. Still fine away towards Double Bay where we're looking in Clark Island, but nothing at the moment of great strength.
Yeah, look, there's a few little patches of breeze around, but nothing consistent. There's huge holes looking up the course, and changes in direction. So it's right now it's not looking too promising, but things can change pretty quickly.
Well,
There's the JBW on the screen there with the corporate partners of Zurich out for the day.
so a little earlier today, we've got a little bit of time now because nothing's going to happen quickly here, that is for sure. I had the good fortune to speak to Campbell Stanton, the skipper, the young skipper from ASCC from Auckland, New Zealand. Well, Campbell, new to the 18-footers. When did you begin sailing them?
Oh, not too long ago, back in November, I believe. Yeah,
Right.
with the boys, they did the season last year, so stepping in with a pretty experienced crew.
How
if you will.
are you finding it?
Oh, it's great. They're absolutely loving it. One of the best regattas I've ever done.
Well, you had a good day on Sunday, and very tricky conditions, fresh and then nothing, and
Yeah,
all
I
over the
mean,
place.
breeze was up, and
Yeah.
the boys were stoked. So that first lap was pretty fun, but the second lap, a few mistakes that put us back a few places, but such is life.
Yeah, and you've come out of the 49er program, or you're still with the 49er program?
No, I've come out of it now. So yeah, I did the 49ers for the last few years with the New Zealand team, which is obviously going very well. Good squad of guys. So that was really good few years.
So what's next after the 18s?
Well, unfortunately, go back to university in a few weeks, but hopefully sticking around in the 18 fleet for the next few years.
And what are you studying?
Engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, over at Auckland University.
So it's not an easy place to sail, Sydney Harbour. What do you
Yeah,
think?
no, I had to
Early
get my head around
impressions?
the few course sheets, and yeah, it's pretty geographical, so obviously the local knowledge comes in pretty handy. But we've had Matty Stevens, who, as you know, is one of the 18 legends, and he was very helpful in talking us through the different courses.
Right. Well, today looks as though it's going to be pretty quiet.
Yeah, it doesn't look great out there, but we've got our fingers crossed for the sea breeze, I guess, but we'll see what happens.
Prefer heavy or light? We'll take it as it comes.
Take it as it comes. Got to be ready for anything.
All right, well, welcome and good luck for the rest of
Cheers.
the carnival. Thanks,
Thank you
Campbell.
very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
A fine young prospect in skiff sailing there, Campbell Stanton, skipper of ASCC. Well, while we're watching and hoping for a start in the third heat after it was abandoned halfway through at the first attempt to keep the international flavour going. Earlier today I spoke to our friends from the United States, and the skipper of the Andu USA was Michael Radjovski. This is what he had to say. Well, Michael, welcome to Sydney. How are you enjoying it so far?
It's been really fun. A little bit of everything so far. Sunday was definitely a pretty interesting day of sailing. A little full on to absolutely nothing, but yeah, it's been good. Well, definitely hard figuring out where to go and which corners to go into,
But you've started well. You've had a couple of good up the first beat. You've done very well in both races so far.
yeah. I mean, it's just trying to link the rest of it. That's the hard part.
It's hard. It's even hard for guys that sailed on the harbour for 40 years. But so you're doing a great job. So a little bit of background in the 18s. You haven't sailed them for a long while, I believe.
Yeah. We I think the last time we raced 18s back home was in 2013, which is about the last time the Aussies came.
And where's home?
San Francisco. Sorry. Yep. And we've gone out a few times since then, but it's probably been close to 10 years since the last time we sailed in 18.
Right. Well, you're not going to have San Francisco conditions today, I don't think. It's pretty light, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah. Hopefully we get a race off today.
Well, we hope to get two in. It's going to be very tight, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, but the crew are enjoying it. Good
Yeah.
experience, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's all three of us. It's been like our childhood dreams to be here and racing on the Sydney Harbour, and getting the opportunity to be here has just been unreal. So we're super grateful to be here.
Well, I apologise. I think I've butchered your surname every time I speak about it.
That's
so
okay.
give us a pronunciation. I'll just keep calling you Michael.
Radzijovski.
Right, okay, we'll leave it at that. And your foreign hand's nicknamed Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Any background?
Yeah, we have a mutual friend that gave him that nickname. Daniel used to have like long, curly, crazy hair and kind of looked like Sid Vicious. So that's where it comes from.
Stuck, yeah. Anyway, well, welcome and best of luck for the rest of the series.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, those American boys, they're certainly having a ball. They're loving it out here. They love Sunday's race in those fresh conditions. They thought it was terrific. And well, certainly not fresh at the moment. If you have just joined us for hoping to see the third heat of the championship, there's no racing at the moment. It's light air and the wind is all but evaporated on the harbour. They postponed abandoned the race, the third heat, halfway through, and now it's starting to get heavier rain on the race course. It's probably mean it'll really kill any breeze that was out here. You see one boat's capsized up there. I don't think it means much wind. I don't know what they're doing, but they've capsized. We're just following the committee vessel, which is going towards Clark Island. But the breeze is, if anything, is probably in the east-nor'east at the moment. It was east when we started. There's the committee vessel and there's the fleet just following at very slow speed. But there is a bit of breeze there now. It's I don't know whether it's enough to get started in. We're hoping to do 2 races today. If we don't get underway in the 2 races, we've got a lay day on Friday, so we might be back so you can all have another day off work and come back Friday, because that is a scheduled lay day, as was yesterday, but we got 2 races done on Saturday and Sunday, with Yandu winning them both. And then today, Yandu are ahead again when the racing got abandoned, or the first race got abandoned, and that, looking back over to the west and northwest, that rain's getting heavier now.
Yeah, look, a little bit of breeze filling in, and yeah, it is sort of probably northeast, but the problem is, you know, Hugh can lay a course and we start a race and this breeze is likely to shift around, and then we end up in the same situation. But if we can sneak at least one in, it would certainly be advantageous. That we can lock one in. It means we've only got to sneak one more in, either on Wednesday or Thursday. So there was talk that sneaking one in Wednesday, which would mean a 3 short race day.
A long day.
But I would have thought it would have been smarter to switch the long course Thursday into 2 short ones. But anyway, well, we're not at that point yet. It's not that we're not racing today. We've just got to wait and see. We couldn't hear those on our comms. We don't hear those interviews, shippers. So I didn't get to hear what you said to those gentlemen before. But I'm just a little bit interested. Campbell Stanton from ASCC, so another younger guy that's coming into the fleet from New Zealand. Did he happen to mention what his pathway was to get into the 18? Was it
49ers, yeah.
I thought it was, because I know his name.
Yeah, and I asked him whether he's going to continue with 49ers. He said no, he's not. He wants to progress in the 18-foot skiffs. Right. He's loving it so much, which was nice to hear.
Well, you know, the Olympic campaigning, it's a tough road.
Tough road.
And it's expensive, costs a lot of money. So I guess, you know, if he thinks he's got a future in the 18-footer and he's got a boat under him, and away you go. You know, the other young Kiwi, Helm Eli Leifting in Shore and Partners, New Zealand, he's a windsurfer like myself, and he's campaigning on the IQ foil towards LA. I'm not sure. There they are. There's the ASCC there. I'm not sure what Eli, what his campaign is looking like. I am keen to have a chat to him in the park and see what he is doing with his windsurfing as well as the 18-footers. There they are there.
Yeah. We might, while we're just milling around, might just see if we can talk about the point score, which, as I keep saying, is a little bit meaningless after only 2 out of 9 races, and we won't have a drop until 6 races are completed. And remembering that since the last heat, we had a disqualification of Lazarus and the disqualification of Shore and Partners New Zealand for infringements in race 2. So we'll have a look at our provisional point score if we can, and we see that Yandu, obviously with 2 wins, is well ahead. Second is Shore and Partners Australia with 6. GC Sales, who were second on Sunday, they are 9th, equal with Rag and Famish. You've got a very good third in the first heat, that young crew of Ben Crawford, Ryan Ewings and Max Nern. Vycobi, Kirk Mitchell, well, they were dead and buried today, and that first lap, but they would be one that were grateful the race got abandoned. Fisher Paykel, Brett Van Munster, excellent first race with a fourth. He's in sixth spot, equal with Balmain, who struggled a little bit, and they were the Australian champions, so they need a couple of good races. But as I talk, the breeze is coming in a bit from the nor'east, but we'll stay tuned. Then eighth is the Black Knight from Germany, and a reasonable gap then to ASCC and the Bigfoot Bag and Covers. That's the top 10, but only after 2 races, so we won't read too much into that, only that Yandu very clearly ahead on the leaderboard and has been very clearly ahead on performance on the water. So, what have we got here? We've got breeze, but is it enough to get us underway? Is it going to be stable enough? That rain is getting closer and heavier. Got the windscreen wipers going intermittently, but this committee boat hasn't dropped anchor yet. But the flags are fluttering quite strongly. That's the bleary, dreary view of the harbour looking up towards South Head, Watson's Bay, and in the distance, North Head. See, there's a bit of wind on the water. What's he going to do here, do you think, Dole? Will he get us away or try and get us away?
It's the stability of the direction, I think, is probably the biggest issue. And looking up course, Shippo, from where we are now, but what the viewers are looking at there, but it's very hard to see. You can see in the distance there's 2 or 3, 4 yachts up there, and it looks like it's dropped out up there to me, Shippo. Admittedly, they're probably not the fastest yachts we've seen on Sydney Harbour, but
they're not heeled over, that's
they're not
for sure.
doing much, are they?
No.
And that's where this breeze is coming from. So I think that lull might progressively move down towards us, but let's hope not. I'm really keen to get a race away today.
Well, I think we all are, spectators and competitors alike.
And everyone at home.
Yeah, so not much we can tell you here from Sydney Harbour as we wait for race 3 to try and get underway. Is a question from Tim in Vancouver. Is Black Knight a local boat?
Well, it's a new boat, so it hasn't been to Germany. So it's a new boat that was built in preparation for this season, and it was assembled and rigged and tuned here in Australia. Andy, the bowman, has been here for quite some time. He spent a lot of time working on the boat down with Robert Atkins at Truflo Sales at Brookvale.
He'll need therapy after that.
Well, he would have after that last race. Oh, Andy will need therapy.
Andy, yes.
Yeah. And then the boat got sailed a couple of times with Andy and a few fill-in crews, namely Joel Beechel was steering with Trent Barnabas. They were trying to get the boat tuned up and in preparation for when Heinrich and Tom showed up in town a couple of weeks ago. So to answer your question, brand new boat. Whether the boys are going to be shipping that boat back, I presume they will, because they'll be doing the Lake Garda regatta. Do you know any more about that, Jimmy?
I believe that boat is staying
here.
And they've got their own boat, another boat over there, I think, that they use for Garda.
So they'll have a 2-boat campaign.
Yeah.
Well, the problem was with the shipping delays of getting boats back and forth, and I think that's when Henry just bit the bullet and said, have a boat in Europe and a boat in Australia at that point in time.
Yeah, because the boats will be, some of the boats will be packed up straight after the JJs and loaded into containers and sent to Italy to race in Lake Garda in around June. I think that regatta usually is, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's right. But I know the Aussie 18s, they're slowly building up a fleet over there for the Aussie boats. So, as I said before, they had a lot of trouble with shipping and delays. That's why we didn't see the likes of a few boats at the beginning of this season. So what they're hoping to do is they're going to build up a fleet, and those that are going to Garda, there'll be a boat waiting for them there, and they just jump on the plane with their sails and hop off the other end, and happy days. And then that's why the one English team's out here, and Same with the German teams. Things like that. You know, they've got their own boats back there. They've leased boats here. So effectively, they're not missing out on any sailing anywhere, any time, because as soon as our season finishes here, their season starts in Europe. So it's that's what they're aiming to do, and I think it's a great initiative by the club and obviously the class in general.
I think a good initiative too would be if Sail Media covered the European leg of the 18-footer tour. What do you think about that, Shippo?
I'm with it.
I quite like Lake Garda myself.
Yeah.
Many good memories have been made there, and I look forward to making a few more.
Got a question from Mike Scott. Now, Mike, I don't know where you've been. Who is Sid Vicious? He wants to know. Sid, the nickname of one of the American crew.
He's the bowman, I think, isn't it?
But who was Sid Vicious?
Oh, he was the lead singer of the
punk
of the Sex Pistols.
The Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
There you go, Mike. So Mike's obviously not a fan of the 49ers either. So get out your old songbook and get some Sex Pistols music into you. And you'll find out who Sid Vicious is.
It'd be the Bar Karate Boys could be sailing around with Anarchy in the UK or God Save the Queen, but blaring through a
Real Britannia
Bluetooth speaker.
Real Britannia.
I don't remember the Sex Pistols doing Real Britannia. Shippo.
There's Mike Scott. I don't know what he's been smoking. He says wants more shots of the announcers. Boy, oh boy. Jesus, Mike. Anyway, well, that's the shots we can give you of a very, very quiet harbour, but it's gone into the northeast here. East northeast anyway, at about 5 or 6 knots. Is he going to have a go at this, Huey? Get us underway? Any signals from him at all, Jimmy? We got any intel?
No intel, and Huey hasn't moved from his post on the boat.
Hasn't got an anchor down, no?
No anchor down, and doesn't look like there's too much
going on
there. As I said, he's got a few of the rescue boats or assistant boats around different places on the course area just to try and see if they can line up anything from here and there. And I know he's got Peter Tinworth, who is also another PRO, like a very good one as well, assisting him today. So between those two can't knuckle something out.
Yeah, Pete. Tinny, affectionately known as Tinny, is also a very experienced race officer and the president of the Middle Harbour 16-foot Skiff Club.
Well, going back to your earlier question, Dole, before we started, let's clarify that. Your question was, has any skipper, over to you, won what?
16-foot Skiff National Championship and the JJ Giltinan in the same year.
Yeah.
And we have ascertained, I think, that Lee Napton did that in 2016. Now, he would have...
Is that right?
Yeah, he would have been sailing the Smeg with Ricky Bridge and Mike McKenzie in the 18-footer. And in the 16-footer, he would have probably been sailing with Ricky Bridge and Pete Mackey, I'd expect.
On the Bryden's.
On Bryden's lawyers,
that is correct. You did do some homework in between that race.
Well, you know, sometimes my memory comes back to me, but not often.
What's that flag? Is that
follow
me? Follow me. Okay, so
follow me or wear a life jacket.
Promising. Without getting too excited, so Lee Napton was the answer. So, Nappo, if you're watching, I think you might be.
I had to remind him to tune in. When I was talking to him, he goes, "What time's it start?" I said, "Same time as when you sailed it."
Well, not just Lee Napton, but Lee Napton and Ricky Bridge. Yeah. So Ricky also sailed on both boats.
Well, I think they won the Australian 18s at the same year.
Yes.
I think they had an amazing year. And Mike McKenzie, who had that accident earlier in the year. I hope you're going okay, Mike. It was a pretty serious accident you had while sailing on the Smeg this year, but
a short-lived comeback.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
not good. But anyway, we are on the move, and on the move might mean some action on the water for a race. See the flags, although that bit of apparent breeze on the committee boat. Oh, there's light air jibe. Not light air capsize, perhaps. No.
It's the Akarana eatery there, Pete.
And looking up towards Manly North Head, it's a lot of rain up there also.
breeze north now. So like I said before, direction's going to be a problem here. Breeze is going to continue to swing, I think. We could almost, with this cloud coming in and the rain, it could almost swing round to the northwest. You know?
Was beauty with these robotic marks. There's no dropping anchors and pulling them up and relocating them. You just push a button and away they go upwind or downwind, wherever you want. It's been a great revelation and innovation. There's one of them there, probably going upwind. VMG's good, you go straight into the wind. Mark set bot, they know it as.
When they get hit and dragged, they race back to their original position, which is pretty handy.
They need to do a bit of that, don't they? It's probably made for 18-footer racing, that. There's plenty of mark hitting.
They do get towed around occasionally. A couple have been punctured and the wind gear's been wiped off them. And yeah, but great innovation. And it actually eventuated originally because, you know, places like Lake Garda where the water is so deep, you need a gazillion miles of anchor line. Now, just to lay those marks and get them to hold, let alone if you've got to move one, you need to pull up, you know, a massive amount of line in the anchor. So I think originally they came about in those deep water spots, and now, of course, we see them developed into, they use them America's Cup, Sail GP and various big regattas around the world, but certainly starting to make a bit of an impact in the sailing scene here in Australia.
Okay, we'll tidy up some trivia. Sid Vicious was the bass player with the Sex Pistols, not the lead singer. So thanks very much, Steve Taylor. And we really needed to know that. Thank you.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, you better get your facts right, Doll. You've had one failure today. Go head-to-head with Steve Taylor.
Was his name something Lydon?
No idea.
You weren't a Sex Pistols fan,
no, I
I'm
wasn't.
guessing.
No. Kurt Snowden, well, he's got very religious all of a sudden. Please, Lord, bring some wind. Well, we're all hoping for that.
And also, Shippo, just noticed Killer Coffee back out on the race course if we do get underway.
Oh, gee, we're getting some deep stuff here.
Oh, he's right, actually. Yeah, so it was the bass player, and it was Johnny Rotten, I think, the lead singer.
So there you go, Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten was John Lydon.
Sid Vicious. And then Sid apparently may have killed his girlfriend. Well, boy, oh boy, we'll stay away from all of that. Anyway,
Sex Pistols trivia night we're having here today.
Breaking news here on the camera.
Now, if we can get a view of the Cape Otway, the defence vessel Cape Otway. Jimmy, you might be just looking at one of the Manly ferries, but maybe our boys can bring up the Cape Otway, which is moored off Double Bay. Someone's asking about the Cape Otway. We'll see if we can bring her up very shortly.
There's the Cape Otway, and it's an Australian naval vessel. Was, I believe, prior was a customs vessel and is now a research / training vessel for the Australian Navy.
Pretty good looking boat too. I reckon it'd get along, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's got a decent top speed.
Yeah.
Well, Norm Anderson, you're rubbing it in, Norm. Hello from sunny San Francisco. Well, it's all but here. And where are we off to? We're off up near Shark Island. So where's that breeze? Has gone round to the north, hasn't it, here?
Yeah, you wouldn't count on it. We had an absolute brilliant run of weather and wind all summer, and we got to that Sail GP weekend, and everything went to poo, and has ever since. It's the Elder should have been here last week, sailing regattas.
Well, it's late in the season, isn't it? We're into autumn, although it's still warm and humid, but
as I say, the coming days do look promising. So we will have breeze and hopefully some better weather.
Well, the sky clearing a little over the city, looking back there towards the city and the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, but we're up in off Point Piper and Shark Island, and has he got an anchor down? He's got an anchor down now on the committee vessel. Well, that's a start, but it's not much breeze. It's probably 6 or 7 knots best.
Yeah, it's looking very
dicey,
tricky. Yeah.
I don't know where he's going to get a course here.
Yeah, we've got 2 boats going upwind at the moment, Lazarus and the Kitchen Maker, both with crew on wire, both getting through the water.
It's whether what this rain's doing is now coming over Bradley's Head, and it's been light rain for the last half hour or so, but it looks even heavier rain coming down towards us, going towards the east and southeast at the moment. But there's Kitchen Maker, slow progress upwind. It's going to be a very slow progress downwind. And
there's Ben Crawford.
Yeah.
With Ryan Ewings giving us a wave. One of the really promising young teams. I watched those 3 guys come through the youth classes and really step up, all from pretty renowned sailing families as well. So they were born into it in the genes. All started sailing very young, and have worked their way through to where they are now in the 18-footers, and both Ryan went to Hobart on Scallywag. He's been part of David Witt's team for quite a while now, and also he's the boat captain running the boat. And Ben went down with his dad to Hobart were they on Wild Thing 100?
No, they were on...
Shippo, the guru of the Hobart.
Yeah, no, stand by, I've got it. It's called the thing that Andrew Buckland had, and it's called...
Mr. Kite.
No. Unicoin.
Oh, they did too, yeah, with Pete Bremner.
And they lost the pulpit down off Montague Island.
Yeah.
Pete Bremner's boat, and a former winner. The boat was Assassin. Won back in 1992 overall honours, but...
with Robin Crawford.
With Robin, and Andrew Buckler was aboard that year. Oh, look, I'm looking at this wind. I'm sorry, folks, it's not great. Although the sky's clearing over. We might have a westerly gale coming over the city. Dol, look at that. The sky's clearing. Lovely cloudless sky up there, but boy, it's where we are, it's pretty grim.
Yeah, I think it's going to keep swinging around left here. Like I said, it could get around to the northwest even with this cloud.
And the viewers would remember probably 3 or 4 years ago we used to have a 29er come and hang around down near the start of the 18s and start behind them. Well,
come out from Wallara.
Yeah, that was young Ben Crawford back then. So, he's obviously knew where and what he wanted to do once he got out of the junior classes, that's for sure.
He's had a bit of a dabble in the 49er as well. But, for the young sailors out there, right now that I hope you're at school now, but you might watch
school's out, Dol.
Oh, school's out.
School finished 15 minutes ago. Whether
you're sailing your Sabo, you're flying 11, your Cherub, your 29er or whatever, there's a pathway there. And I know Simon Nern mentioned yesterday, didn't he, Shippo, that, show your face down at the club and make yourself known. And
get into the system.
Yeah, get yourself. There's an academy in place to get new people onto boats, feel their feet, find out if it's for them, and there's a bunch of young guys there, young and not so young. Grimesy and Lockie with Henry. Another cheerio to Greg Larkins, who's I'm no doubt watching
wherever
with
you
not
are,
much
Greg.
else to do.
Yeah, wish you well over there and somewhere over.
Keep ducking.
Over the northern hemisphere. Now that weather is clearing from the southwest at the moment, but it's got a long way to come to clear here.
Breeze looks to be shifting and dropping again, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough to get us underway right at the moment.
So that's looking from us over towards Bradley's Head. There's Brett Van Munster in the Fisher Paykel, and Tom Koenig just coming back behind him in Lazarus.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed after disqualification in the second heat, along with Shaw and Partners New Zealand, both rubbed out of the race for infringements. Went to the jury, and the jury said, sorry boys, disqualified.
And with only one drop, like I mentioned, you know, that's obviously going to be their drop. Boys giving us a wave. G'day, fellas. That DSQ will be their drop, and now they can't afford another bad race. The boys calling out for Cheerios. Shout-outs.
Well, a few boats trying to talk Huey Lester into a start. They're just going upwind across the stern of the committee boat, but Jeff Pitt's in the stern of the committee boat at the flags. So what's he trying to do here?
Well, they popped on the back of the boat, Shippo, 1.3 nautical beat, 020. So there's the AP down.
Well, we're going to try. Well,
Here's the course in the bottom of the screen. That's off the tracker.
So it's probably lighter now than when the race started the first time.
Definitely,
but
there's half the breeze.
Yeah, but there's more breeze now than when the race was called off. So make that what you will of all of that. But he's going to have a go here, Hugh Lester, to try and get them away. Trying to make sure that there's
I admire his optimism.
Yeah, well, so do I. So, sorry, Jimmy, 020 at 1.3.
Yes.
So 020, 1.3.
Let's bring the boat around.
Okay, so it's up off in the direction of Clifton Gardens, sort of.
And only 1.3. The vision's got so low now, it's very hard. Very hard to see.
Okay,
5 minutes.
5 flags up. So we're going to be underway slowly, I would say, for Heat 3 of the titles. Partner today, Shaw and Partners, and the Alan Cole Memorial Trophy, and this big series brought to you by the winning group. And we see that windward mark yet. It's very light looking upwind. Boy, I'm not confident this race is going to be completed, but anyway, let's be optimists, not pessimists, and see what we can get out of this race. Heat 3 about to be restarted after the first effort was abandoned about an hour ago. It's getting late. It's 10 to 4 Sydney time.
So that top mark, Shippo, is just off Nelson Park, just behind the Blinker Boy.
Okay, round to the right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 020, right. Okay, yes, it's more, yeah. Okay, 4 minutes.
Thanks for the tip, Jimmy, but I still can't see it.
No.
It is hidden behind the Blinker Boy.
It's behind it.
Could just see it.
Okay, it's behind it.
Okay, so it's much further to the right than we thought, but
okay,
anyway,
we're just
so
seeing
it's
the course.
020.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Chits.
Okay,
that's quite a long beat for this breeze.
It is. 2.3 kilometres. And that cloud is clearing from the west quite quickly now, but it's still rainy and drizzly looking upwind and around Bradley's Head area where these skiffs are going. You can see that grey sky. It doesn't really show the rain that much, but it is very, very wet here.
2.3 kilometres. Chits tells me that beat is, which I reckon's about 1.3 too far. Yeah, 1.3 too far. Yeah.
Well, we're down just to the southwest of Shark Island, getting down towards back towards Point Piper a little bit. Bradley's Head away to the top of the screen. Tide still going out, so that'll help them get upwind, and won't be much help going downwind with 2:40 to go. Heat 3. Have another go at it. What we don't need is a general recall here. It'll prolong the day a little bit further.
Yeah, well, the small amount of tide that we do have is going to be pushing them over the line, and they will be pretty eager. Light air, they need to be advanced up on the line. You don't want to be too far away from it. So you might have just put the mocker on a shippo. They might well be a general, or maybe just an individual. We'll see. Certainly going to be a bit of a battle, though. He's given them a pretty good length of line.
Just under 2 to go. Heat 3. Gonna have another go at it. Oh, gee, it is light.
Yeah, very.
You can't really see it on the screen, but super light on the harbour. A little bit more breeze in the right-hand side, but probably goes to 5 knots instead of 4 knots. Now, if we get a race in, it could be a tricky day. It could be a chance for some of the less favoured teams to put a bit of a mark on this championship.
Late coming into the box from the windward end is Yandu.
Yeah, he's got a minute 15 to go.
He's got time, but he might get shut out at the boat.
He normally starts pretty well.
He obviously wants the boat, but...
So they're starting to line up there. Yandu, there he is there. He's just, what's he going to do? Okay, 1 minute to go for Heat 3.
He's in danger of getting shut out by Rag and Famish and
so
Royal Oak.
He's taken a big dip to be late, I think. Rag and Famish come in trying to find a hole. Up to win was Killer Coffee, Jordan Gertis, and down to Leeward. I can't see who we got down there. We've got Kitchen Makers down there. They're well behaved. Oh, I don't know, are they well behaved? Yeah, they're fairly well back. 30 seconds to go.
The other one down there, Shippo, is it's Barkarati and Brisbane 18-footers.
Okay, well, Killer Coffee's been squeezed out at the weather end, as has Rag and Famish. Yandu's down at this weather end.
Yandu can't get in there.
No.
They've been shut out. They're going to be starting in the second row.
But he's going to be to windward, so that's his only good point. There's a few over, I think.
Oh, this could be saving grace, but no. Here,
1 hooter.
General.
2 hooters. Yeah. Sorry, folks.
That was lucky for Balmain. They got caught up there with Gotcha for Life when everyone jumped, and those two were still tangled up.
Well, Rag and Famish got squeezed out the weather end, went back and got no one got a good start because everyone was over, but he was pretty well placed up at the windward end.
The boats at the windward end actually weren't too bad.
No.
The majority of boats that were over were mid-line to pin.
And they're just watching the pin move up.
Advance the pin. Well, looking up towards Manly, you can't see it because it's covered in rain. And what's the breeze? It's 4 knots, 5 knots at best here at the starting area. Well, we're going to come back and have another go at this. Black flag is up, as to be expected. No messing around from Hugh Lester.
Well, it's going to be up.
Went a little early on the hoist.
Yeah, anyway, well, we know what's happening. So that's the naughty flag. If you're over, there's no recall as such. You go home and then you find out later that it's all over.
Sydney Harbour Mark, the wedding cake is showing 9 knots northeast. So some promise there. That is upwind of where we are now, upwind of the start area. But quite a bit of rain starting to fill in.
Well, the cloud is breaking up over the city, but it's moving quite quickly, but it's not anymore. It's pouring at Manly, but we're not going to Manly. But
well, we are heading in that direction,
yeah,
right?
So Hugh Lester keen to get this underway. 5 flags up, black flags up. Just repeating, if there'll be at a black flag, there is no signals for over the line. You might sail the course and only find out when you cross the finishing line that you're over. It'll very serious ramifications, the black flag. It'll hopefully hold the fleet back. Oh, this is not getting... I hate to say it, this is getting lighter, Dole. Look at this. They're going to be lucky to get to the windward mark in this breeze.
Yeah, and rain filling in from the north. So
yeah. Well, maybe the rain will bring the wind, but I don't think so at the moment. Maybe it will. I don't know. It looks a bit darker upwind. Maybe it's the rain on the water.
Yeah, well, there is wind. I was getting 9 knots at the wedding cake, so there was breeze up course. The two boats who are going to have to be very cautious here is Eli Lifting in Shore and Partners New Zealand and Tom Koenig in Lazarus. They cannot afford another full points race.
The series is almost over before it starts if they do.
Yeah. There's the Balmain boys. They'll be looking for improvement on what we've seen from them today so far. Not a great the race that was abandoned. They weren't in great shape and they didn't get a good start in that one.
So 3 minutes 20 to go. So we've had one attempt at race 3, was abandoned halfway through. Had a second attempt at the start of race 3. It was a general recall. Now we're having a third go at race 3 of the championship under black flag.
So we've been out here for quite a while and achieved nothing so far.
Well, the joys of sailing, or the pitfalls of sailing. Almost 4 o'clock Sydney time, with plenty of daylight, but not plenty of wind.
A few extra spectators out here now as it's got a little bit later. I think a few people have finished work and school and a few more boats have shown up. Both ends of the start line. Absolutely stunning British racing green Palm Beach motor yacht there.
Steve Gertis's
Is that
vessel?
whose it is, is it? Lovely
Father
boat.
of Jordan Gertis. He's out here watching. 2 minutes just over for the start. And what are we doing? Law, well behaved, I'd say.
We've got Yandu again, really looking for this boat end and back. And at the moment, advanced is Club Marine, 18-footers, Killer Coffee Company, and they will be closing out this boat end again. Balmain trying to find their way in there.
Looking upwind, that just looks a bit darker on the water. I don't think it is rain. It may be a bit more pressure, but it's down here now at the starting area. Lucky to be 5 knots, probably less, 4 knots, 3 knots. Very light. Minute 30 to go.
Yandu being very conservative.
Yeah.
So
want to be late at the committee boat. I think that's what they want.
Yeah. They want this windward end, even if they're a little bit late.
They'll be tack away, perhaps. Is that their method? Perhaps. Minute 15, we've got the fleet. Big dip in the middle of the line, as you often see. It's hard to gauge where you are, but some of the boats are well advanced down at the pin end. So just a minute to go.
Yeah, Balmain 18-footers and Club Marine racked up at the boat end with a minute to wash off. They're going
to be struggling.
Yeah, they're only a boat length off the line right now. They're desperately trying to hold up.
Someone's poking out down there. That's, who's that? It's hard to see. But right up at the windward end, you can see Rag and Famish there. Here's Yandu, long way back. He's holding back. Probably wants to start in the second row, but at the windward end, and then go quick and bail out perhaps 30 seconds or less. Oh, some of those boats are getting close. Kitchen Maker most advanced with Smeg down the leeward end. They're okay at the leeward end. The boat end's going to be the problem area for being over.
I think they've got enough time.
Yeah, just 10 seconds. I think they're going to be all right.
Holding back.
Kitchen Maker driving off down to the leeward end. Yandu coming in late. Killer Coffee up to windward. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're all in play. Balmain got a ripper of a start, as did Club Marine up at the windward end. Vycobi not too bad. Also on Yandu in about the 4th row, but clean air. I don't think he'll mind that too much. Who else? Fisher Paykel didn't do too well. Killer Coffee behind Yandu, and that's what Yandu's doing. Quick tack. And I think that's all he wanted to do, really. And there's breeze coming down here.
Yeah, he wants this right-hand side of the course. He was willing to give away a few boat lengths.
And I think you can see this breeze coming. Vykobe's gone with him. Kirk Mitchell's gone with him. And then a few of the stragglers are also starting to get across on port. But Yandu sees this breeze up near the Shark Island lighthouse. Oh, gotcha for life, still to cross the line. They really missed it.
Yeah, they got caught in irons.
So our American friends are down at the pin looking for the left-hand pressure, but this is the group that first to bail out to the right. Yandu, Vykobe, and that's the left-hand group, of course. There's Lazarus going back. Balmain were down at the leeward end also.
Once again in pretty good shape. Bigfoot bags and covers for Brisbane.
He started well in both these races today, but Yandu now trying to converge with Bigfoot. They're across.
They cross. Dave Hayter proving to be a real light air specialist.
The left looks strong at the moment. They're coming back high on port. Yandu behind a lot of boats. They're behind the Brisbane ADs. They're behind Lazarus. They're behind the Vikings. And then right down to the left, Balmain looked pretty prominent. There's the Bigfoot tacking up into on Shark Island. The breeze is left here. There is a little bit more breeze coming, but it looks as though it's more north and northeast.
And the Brisbane boys not doing themselves any favours there. I think Dave Hayter was prepared to man overboard. Man overboard on Bigfoot bags and covers.
What happened there?
Maybe a trapeze wire let go. We'll have to wait and see. But he was willing to let Brisbane 18-footers cross him.
And then he tacked.
And then they tacked.
Dumped on him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not too good from teammates. Okay, well, there's a big group that have gone into Bradley's Head or Taylor's Bay, and it's low in the left, so okay, Yandu tacking in the middle now. So they're low on starboard, so they want to come out high on port. Bigfoot are in trouble. I think they've got an issue. I think. No, they're just starting to get going again. Great start they got.
Yeah, they've still only got 2 on wire. Yeah, so I think they've had a trapeze wire fail.
Okay, so majority of the fleet going left, Yandu going right, but there's more breeze coming out of the right here. Yandu's see it and going for it.
Out of the left-hand group, Smeg coming back looking in pretty good form.
They're way into Taylor's Bay. That's Smeg, the white insignia. He's very high out of the left. There he is, Ash Rooklin, Niall Morrow and Josh Perepsky. They look as though they're in very good shape.
Yeah, they've come out well out of the left.
And got pressure.
Yep. High on port.
So the mark up off Nielsen Park. It's a 2-lapper. Here's the Killer Coffee. Jordan Gers, he was up at the windward end.
And out in the middle, they're getting maximum help from the tide too.
So Yandu going hard into the right in Rose Bay. They've gone round the northern end of Shark Island. The Smeg's gone back for some more, haven't they?
More left, yep.
Yeah. There they are. Ash Brooklyn wants to really claim the left.
Going hard into the left, and meanwhile we've got Yandu going hard into the right. Well, Yandu right now in a nice vein of pressure.
Best pressure we've seen all day. So it's the right by Yandu, it's the left for Smeg. And they're about halfway up this beat, the first beat of 2. And the breeze looks as though it's starting to materialise a bit more. You can see they're reasonably good strength of breeze here. And going with Yandu, Killer Coffee and GC Sails. They won't be far off attack here, Yandu. Crew looking around, but there's Smeg. Still on starboard going to Taylor's Bay.
Yeah, waiting for a little bit of a header that's not coming.
And there's Yandu just tacking. And they'll converge with GC Sails. GC Sails are across, aren't they? They are, I think. Okay, so GC Sales leads this right-hand group. Yeah, the right doesn't look strong at the moment, but...
yeah, right now they're not coming back. They're hoping for a bit of a right-hander, which, Herman and Yander's just picked up a little one, but it's gone back again. Out in the middle, the Kitchen Maker.
Kitchen Maker, yeah. The boats coming out of the left are dominating at the moment. The boats went into the right are going back on headers, but this will smell the roses for Smeg here. He's still going into the left hand, big time. Okay, well, that's what these right-hand boats are looking at. Killer Coffee, the Kitchen Maker in the middle. Lockie Steele.
Gee, Smeg's so far over on that left-hand side, you've got to wonder whether he's going to overlay that, you reckon, Jimmy?
A bit close.
Yeah.
With the tide helping him.
Yeah, pushing him up as well.
Where's that mark, Jimmy? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, it's further on than Nielsen. Okay.
Sort of more off bottling glass, I think.
So the losers have been the right-hand group, which includes Yandu.
We don't have a great angle at it, but
No.
I would have thought Smeg would go close to laying the Beashel boy from there.
There's another boat in there as well that is strong. Kitchen Maker is...
ASCC's in there too, Shipper.
I think Balmain's over there. The Shore and Partners Australia, Shore and Partners New Zealand. The Black Knight is there. Okay, that's Smeg most advanced, ASCC, Black Knight of Germany, Balmain, Lazarus, Shore and Partners New Zealand and 6. They're all stacked up in the left. And above Smeg's mast is the windward mark. Still a fair way to go. So Yandu are deep at the moment. Probably, I don't know, lucky to be top 10. They're starting to lift a little bit going back out on starboard, but Kitchen Maker...
They picked up a nice little right-hander, the Kitchen Maker.
ASCC and Smeg. They're the three there that are probably 1, 2 and 3. I don't know quite what the order will be, but gee, Smeg are gone right up into the left. No, I think they'll be right. They won't be overcooked, I don't think. So Yandu have got some work to do, as have Rag and Famish. They drop back. Okay, here's the group trundling out of the left. There's Ballard Properties, nicely positioned.
And our friends from America look like they're heading home, Pete. Down off Bradley's Head.
Yeah.
Ah, right. It's bad luck for them. So Kitchen Maker...
They forced ASCC to tap.
Yeah, they did.
And I think...
And now this is the leading group, but Smeg looks strong coming out of the left, but Kitchen Maker's starting to get bow up a little.
There's a bit of a right shift, which is helping Kitchen Maker, and now we've had the Black Knight have tacked onto that same shift. They're a little bit behind the Kitchen Maker.
There's good pressure coming around Nielsen Park, bottom and glass area. Balmain have seen it. They're going into the right. But anyway, this is the leading group. And Ash Rooklyn, boy, he's doing a fine job up in front here, as is the Kitchen Maker and ASCC. And the Germans, Black Knight, are in the mix. There they go. They're probably fourth at the moment. Although Balmain are well positioned. They're going hard into the right at Nielsen Park. Well, it's a fairly long beat, actually.
It is, yeah.
It's well past Nielsen Park and right probably a little bit north of Bottle and Glass. But Smeg going to clear Kitchen Maker easily.
Yeah, they are a clear leader.
Well, the Leeward end favoured at that start, and that's what's happened. Ash Rooklyn was right down there. Those boats that started up to the committee boat end didn't do very well at all. So he's below a ley line here, but it's Smeg, Kitchen Maker, ASCC and probably the Germans, but Smeg leads.
Yeah, breeze is ticking right here, so as they get over, as these Smeg, Kitchen Maker and ASCC get further over towards this right-hand ley line, they're going to start knocking.
So it'll favour perhaps
might help Balmain coming out of
not going back on a good one.
Yeah, no, they're too far back, yeah. And down pressure.
Just slowly heading all the way, so they'll be well short of a ley line here on port tack. There's the windward mark. You just see it in the right hand of the screen. The sky clearing. The breeze is now about 6 or 7 knots. Pretty nice sailing conditions now. It's flat water. Pretty clear runway for the skiffs. And Smeg going out now. He's got about 50 or so metres to go to tack for a ley line. Ash Rooklyn leads.
You just caught a glimpse in the background there behind Smeg. You could see Yandu, so they're not too far off the money. Trying to claw their way back.
There's the overhead of the race leader. Getting ready to set up, I think. There they go. Nielsen Park in the background, and they'll be on a easy ley line for the moment, the look of it.
Nice work from the Smeg team. They're going to have a handy little lead here.
Yeah. But coming in right out from the left is Shaw & Partners Australia. They're not out of it. Lazarus are in it too. Rag and Famish have got themselves back into it. Kitchen Maker, ASCC, that's reasonably close. Okay, we'll see the order now. That's the mark. Run back down to the starting area to the gate, then another lap. So Smeg leads the championship, heat 3. Crew into their work. Smeg around. Oh, here comes Keegan in. Oh, he's going to find a gap to tack in.
Or not.
Oh, yeah, no, he's right. He's good ASCC.
I think Max got the better of him.
Yeah.
Okay, and sneaking round to after ASCC is Kitchen Maker with Shaw & Partners on top of them. Then the Black Knight, Germany. Oh, Shaw & Partners got a bit on. Then Lazarus. Oh, Shaw & Partners rolling over the top of Lazarus, of Kitchen Maker. Lazarus, then Rag and Famish. Then Shaw & Partners New Zealand. It's got light again at this mark. There's a real stack up on the starboard tack, on the starboard tack ley line. Balmain will be next. Then 6th. Getting in there is the Germans, getting rolled by Club Marine, and then after Club Marine is Yandu. So they're about 1, 2, 3, about 10th.
Now, Shippo, there's the Yandu now, and I can tell you that Keegan York rolled through all the boats in front of him with the exception of Smeg. So I'm pretty confident that Keegan's got himself up into second place.
That's a good effort. He's second on the point score at the moment. Yandu trying to get the Spinnaker set.
Yeah, scrappy set.
Vicovia are in trouble. They've tangled with the mark.
They've taken it in under tow.
Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. They're in real trouble, Vicovia. Now they're free of it. Okay, GC sails deep as well. They're about to go round.
And they want to watch out. The mark's taken off back to its position.
Oh, Brisbane 18-footers, 18-footers bar and restaurant.
The mark's got Fisher Paykill on the starboard.
Oh, Vicovia doing penalty turns. Get out of the way! It's light here at the mark. There's been a few calamities up there. So we're away on starboard jibe down towards Taylor's Bay, and it's Smeg leading the fleet in this third heat. Yandu deep. They're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12th position.
I'm sure those boys are going to make up some ground, but they really need to. This could be a game changer. Keegan in third at the moment, yeah.
It's that sort of day where you can really stump your toe. It's very, very light and fluky. Nothing is straightforward.
Much better race from Balmain as well. Rag and Famish. There's Shore and Partners New Zealand, Lazarus, and the Black Knight.
It's 2 and 3 we're looking at.
So there's your top three. Smeg a little bit stepped down from ASCC and Shore and Partners. They're just going to be looking for some pressure to jive back on. Starting to get a little bit downrange on Smeg now. They really desperately need to get a jive in, but they just don't have the breeze to go back on just yet.
The gate is down near Point Piper. It's a Smeg drive now. It's not near Clark Island. It's closer to Shark Island. ASCC jibing before they converge with Smeg. It's still light. It's still about 6 or 7 knots. That's all we've got here.
Well, not a good jibe on ASCC,
no,
unfortunately.
Very untidy.
Yeah.
A couple of boats have jibed out into the middle, led by Kitchen Maker and the Black Spinnaker of the Black Knight.
And it's getting a bit wafty down this bottom end of the breeze is just lifting off a bit down this bottom end. Let's hope it hangs in there for another lap.
Best pressure out in the middle is the Black Knight. They've got the bow down and percolating, as is the Kitchen Maker, but here's the big group, sort of 6th to about 12th. The New Zealand boat there, the Shore and Partners, Rag and Famish above them, Balmain above them. Just see it's super light.
Really tough if you get caught up in one of these little packs. One boat rolls you and 5 will. You've really got to find a lane.
It's closed up here a little bit. Smeg a bow up to go up to this fleet. It was starting to try and roll down on top of them. There's the Kitchen Maker, and also out there is ASCC and also Black Knight. Okay, there's Kitchen Maker. They're probably doing the best speed at the moment.
Yeah, and Shore and Partners Australia were looking a bit dead in the water before, but that looks like they're just picking up a little bit of more breeze again now. But certainly the Kitchen Maker, ASCC, just put a bit of distance on them. Probably the biggest gain has been made by the Kitchen Maker in the last couple of 100 metres.
So we're about 300 metres from the gate. Right at Here's the leading group. Smeg still leads.
Yeah, and just picking up a nice little puff now. They've got a bit more speed, a bit more depth. That's really going to help them get down and away from ASCC. Kitchen Maker stepped up a fair bit to windward from where they are. They're going to have a longer jibe to get into this gate. But a good gain to the Kitchen Maker, and wow, they've really put a bit of distance on both the Shore and Partners boats. Good race from the ASCC though, they're hanging in there.
Yeah, again. They were strong on Sunday and strong again at the moment. The Yandu now got themselves up to 7th. They're about 11th at the windward mark. They're throwing everything at this downwind, but Smeg will still lead. There's the Kitchen Maker has jibed at Shark Island to come out towards the fleet.
I think that leaderboard will be most relevant when we actually get to the gate. Yandu took a very long jibe right into the Bradley's Head shore.
Smeg are going to the right-hand gate. I think they're going to jibe, then come up to the right-hand gate. Still well in control of this race. It's halfway over now. They've got good pressure coming in here. They've timed this jibe to perfection. Not far off a drop.
Now, Yandu at the moment aren't laying the gate.
No, doesn't look as though that has panned out terribly well for them. But anyway, we'll concentrate on this leading group, which is Ash Rooklyn and the Smeg team.
Father Warwick will be cheering.
He will be. And then second will be Kitchen Maker.
Yeah, big game for the Kitchen Maker.
And the breeze now about 6 knots, maybe 6.5 knots for this final beat. Okay, Kitchen Maker around, all going to this right-hand gate. He's around. Kitchen Maker's around. Lockie Steele.
Good work from Shaw and Partners. They lost a bit, but they've come back into it now, so well done.
Yeah, a bit of yelling.
Yeah, I think they're hoping for a bit of boy room here, and they're not going to get it.
ISCC, this young team out of Auckland, Campbell Stanton, Ollie Gilmore and Pat Morgan. Excellent work. Third, Shaw and Partners New Zealand going to the left mark. I don't know whether that's the way to go, but we'll soon see. Shaw and Partners Australia at the right-hand mark. Then Lazarus, followed by the Black Knight. So Yandu coming in here.
That'll put them in about ninth, I think, Shippo.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. They'll be. They get in here.
Did you count the left-hand turner?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So they're around. Yandu around. Sixth on the outside. Good manoeuvring there by Yandu to get themselves in there. Balmain next around. And then at the left-hand gate, Emma Rankin in Club Marine, very light air down there. I don't know whether that left-hand gate's going to pay too much. So Rag and Famish around. They drop back a little. Ballard, the girls are going to the left-hand gate. And then barrelling in at the right-hand gate. Or now they'll go to the left-hand gate. Oh no, the jibe drop. GC Sales, followed by Fisher Paykel. The GC Sales are around. Fisher Paykel with a white chute. There's Ballard Properties. Only 3 boats went to that left-hand gate.
Yeah, Eli Leifting went in Shaw and Partners New Zealand. He had a pretty good run from that mark up to the island. If he can get a little bit of a right-hander.
The breeze is left out in the middle. Look at it. Yeah. Okay.
The other thing too, with Eli and the Shaw and Partners team from New Zealand going over there, they're not under the spinnakers here.
That's right.
So, it's sort of a
little bit clearer air.
A bit clearer air over there for him.
Brisbane 18-footers are around. And then the 18-footer barn restaurant there next around. And a real gaggle here. Akarana Eatery, Bigfoot, Bar Karate, Royal Oak. Oh, by Kobe.
Yeah, well, they got caught up at that top mark. Yeah. Very costly.
Then Killer Coffee. And then who's above Killer Coffee? There's someone there.
Is the Vikings.
The Vikings. And Andu USA, they went home, so they retired early. So,
and no sign of Gotcha for Life either, Pete.
Yeah, they just...
Where is it? Oh, there.
It was such a tight pack, you couldn't see them. Yeah.
Well, it looks lighter now going upwind. The breeze is left, really left. It's northerly here, even further round perhaps.
So both the Shaw and Partners boats have taken a little step up from the line of the main fleet. Right now they look like they're sailing a higher starboard angle than the boats that have gone left, but the boats that have gone left will tack onto a better port angle. Whether there's much pressure over there, we'll have to wait and see. Bit of ferry action too. Isn't going to do a couple of people some favours.
So up in the lead, Smegger gone hard into the left again. They've now just tacked in Taylor's Bay. There they are. It's still tight. Kitchen Maker second. ASCC third. Yandu showing us eighth, Balmain seventh. The Balmain have tacked, they're gone to the right.
Yeah, and Shore and Partners, big step up, like I said, having gone out into the middle there. And I think we don't have Shore and Partners New Zealand showing up on the tracker, so they'll be in that mix as well. So you've got to take them into account when you're looking at those overalls from about fourth place down.
There's Kitchen Maker second. He's high in the left and doing okay with pressure, and ahead of him, there we are, there's the race leader, Smeg. And Kitchen Maker just on their hip, but a fair way back. And then on his hip also is ASCC. We can't see him at the moment. Well, there's the three of them all lined up in the left.
Probably only 15 seconds covering the three boats. And
that's Steel Point at the south end of Nielsen Park they're aiming for. They'll get a bit of tide help going upwind, but still about halfway up the beat.
Ash Rooklyn looks like he's just trying to squeeze some height and get up around the bow of the Kitchen Maker and start to put a bit of hurt on him. Good controlling tactic there from probably, I reckon, Josh Perebski's making a few calls there. But good work. They've just got to hold their nerve.
Well, GC Sales, we're near. He's well back. Balmain's back a little, but they're the three leaders. ISCC getting some nice height, as is Kitchen Maker.
You're about to see the Eli Leafting come into shot any second now. There he is. So he's eked his way over to this left-hand side. Nice little bit of pressure filling in on the left now, Shippo. Yeah. Just where we are now.
Yeah, he's got a fair way to go, but he's going to tack, I think, into that pressure.
Yeah, no, nice line of breeze there. And our lead three are into that pressure now. Little lefty too, so the boats coming back from the hard right aren't going to like that.
Hurt big time. Yandu's gone right again into Rose Bay.
Just got word through from the committee. You want to do a second race? No, there's no second race today.
So this is one and only race today. P3 of the JJs.
Be turning the nav lights on, Jimmy.
They're already on, Dol, from earlier on when it rained.
There's a great shot of right in the cockpit here.
And even though they are in the hard right, Yandu has made a gain. They've got themselves up into the mix. I reckon they're probably about 6th, 7th now. They're showing as 6, but there's no Shore and Partners New Zealand showing. So that makes them 7th, but they've got to get back to this left-hand ley line.
So Shore and Partners Australia, Keegan York, doing what he did the first beat, went right out to a port tack ley line, and that's what it looks like he's doing again, because there is good pressure where he's in now, and a little even more when he steps up a little.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll go too much further. Just coming into some breeze now. If he goes too much further, he might miss out. Starting to head a little bit now. I think they'll set up, will they? No?
No.
Keegan never listens to me.
No, let's have a look at the harbour. He's unfamiliar with the harbour. He'll go into the shore and wave to the fishermen. Now he's taking a header. He's got to come out of that, Kegs. Come on.
Now, surely.
Yeah.
It's the overhead of the race leader.
Yeah, and off shot now, Keegan has tacked onto a nice bit of pressure. Probably not the height he was hoping for. But once again, there's Smeg leading the Kitchen Maker out to the starboard ley line. Shore and Partners New Zealand on screen there, coming back towards Shore and Partners Australia. They are going to be very close, the two Shore and Partners boats. Eli tacking now just underneath, and he'll lead Keegan York in. There's Smeg. Still a little way to go to this ley line.
Going into the Nielsen Park shore, just near Bottle and Glass. Still got a little way to go up to this weather mark. He's still about 300 or 400 yards away from it. But he's going to come back out and cross Kitchen Maker. That's first and second as we're looking at it.
And with ASCC, that it's got to be our top three. I can't see those three boats getting headed. Just depends what order they finish in.
Okay, Smeg attacking off camera to try and lay through.
Kitchen Maker's really closed in here, Shippo.
They have.
Very close to Smeg now.
Smeg are not on anywhere near a ley line at the moment.
Oh, they're not either. Big header. Jeepers.
Well, that'll favour boats out to the left, but they're a long way back. It's really these three. I don't think anyone's close enough to challenge them, but it's just the order of the three.
Well, if Kitchen Maker can pick a nice ley line here, Lockie Steele, it means that Smeg are going to have to do a double tack.
Yeah, so he's going right up towards Bottle and Glass. Smeg's going to come back.
Well, Kitchen Maker's probably left it a bit late here.
You'd think so, but they're just tacking us. Bottle and Glass rocks in the background.
Oh, they're well
overcooked.
So I thought he'd come back with the starboard advantage and he might be able to get Smeg.
He'd get the spinnaker up now, just about. Anyway, easy from here. ASCC still going behind him, so they'll be overcooked as well, I would think.
Yeah, Ash will just be able to tack under his bow there and lead him in.
Yeah,
so a little error from Lockie still there.
Any gain that they had has dissipated with that overlay.
I thought they'd come in and get them on starboard.
Yeah, but they're still percolating.
They're in the mix.
So this is going to be tight still. Little squeeze on Smeg, but very free on the Kitchen Maker. Not so bad after all from the Kitchen Maker. Okay, Smeg leads on the run for home. Heat 3 of the JJs. Ash Rooklyn in front. And then Kitchen Maker, Lockie Steele, he's around. Few little waves to hit here. Both
critical set here. They need a good set. Pop that kite.
Yeah, get it. Got it. Yeah, got it. Okay, ASCC, not that far adrift either. Great performance by these boys. It's a young team from New Zealand. They're into their work too. So they're third quite comfortably. Next will be another New Zealand boat, I think. Shore and Partners New Zealand. They will lead Shore and Partners Australia. So we're away to the finish of Heat 3. Only one race today. We've heard it from the officials. Scheduled 2, but we're only lucky to get one race in.
That lead 3 boat's nearly a minute advantage over the chasing pack.
Okay, they're the two Shore and Partners. New Zealand in front of Australia. So where does that leave Yan do it? The boat that's come into it is Club Marine.
Emma Rankin, yep.
She has really came up there and she's in about, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's about 8th.
The other one that I've noticed was absolutely out of blinder of a work was GC Sales. They're just over off Bottle and Glass in behind Emma at the moment.
Yeah.
And for the viewers at home, Club Marine is not live on the tracker today, so we'll make sure that's all up and working from tomorrow onwards for all boats where we can.
So the order is Smeg, Kitchen Maker, ASCC, Shore and Partners New Zealand, Shore and Partners Australia, Lazarus, Black Knight of Germany, Yandu, Balmain, 6th Club Marine, Rag and Famish, GC Sales, Fisher Paykel, Brisbane 18ft Bar and Restaurant, then Ballard Properties, and then Fair Gap then to the remainder. Okay, well, they're the two Shore and Partner boats battling for 4th.
And still well back is the Vycobi, unfortunately.
Yeah, they've been hammered. Absolutely hammered. So it's a light run, starboard run in towards Bradley's Head. And then a jibe, then down to the finish, but maybe 2 or 3 jibes, who knows?
Who can hold their nerve here?
Yeah. Do you jibe first and throw something at it? Or do you just follow the leader? Kitchen Maker trying to get up on the gas of Smeg, but he's not close enough, I don't think. He's got to go up a fair way. Well, he's getting there.
Yeah, he's just got to try and advance a bit and then try and
to force
predict when
Smeg's
going to jibe and jibe just before him. Yeah, so he can get above him and get in his air.
It's close. Smeg still leads.
Looks like Smeg just picking up a little bit of a puff. Got his bow down for a second there. Just see he's running a slightly deeper angle now. The Kitchen Maker's got it as well.
Smeg with Josh Peremsky and Niall Morrow.
And there you go.
Okay, Kitchen Maker's jibe. Interesting. Smeg still not jibed. Nerves on here. Smeg's letting him go.
Yeah, and Lockie's still jibed onto a little bit of a puff there.
Okay, Smeg of jibe. ASCC in 3rd jibing now.
Yeah, I was a little worried Smeg might have just missed that breeze, but they have got it. They're good. But if anything fills in, Shippo, it's going to fill in from their left, isn't it?
Yeah,
and the Kitchen Maker will get it first.
They're above the finish line at the moment, so as Kitchen Maker are. Smeg starting to, they're rumbling okay. It's pretty even in speed. Smeg to leeward.
And you might remember that the first run, the Kitchen Maker made a big gain doing exactly what they're doing now. They jibed a bit earlier. They picked up some pressure early and then rolled over the top.
Yeah, it came back on starboard.
Yeah.
It's pretty even in speed at the moment. It's light. It's about 6 or 7 knots at best. Running to the finish. Heat 3 of the JJs for 2026. Game on here. There's the 2 New Zealand boats. ASCC 3rd. Shore and Partners New Zealand 4th. Real battle there. There's a ferry coming down also that are... Where's he going to go? Between Smeg and the Kitchen Maker, is he?
I thought he was going to turn towards us and go between us and the 2 skiffs, but he's still pushing.
He's going to go between the 2 skiffs.
No, he's right turning.
No, he's right
now.
turn. Yeah. He's got round the bow of those 2 New Zealand boats, and now we'll go to leeward of Smeg. Now,
there he is.
There's the ferry. Oh, it's tense times here. 1 crew in. Both boats, one crew in. That's the kitchen maker.
Shore and Partners New Zealand has dropped Shore and Partners Australia off, and they're in a bit of a battle with Lazarus now.
Gee, they sure have dropped them off. They're going to have a go at ASCC, but anyway, we'll concentrate on this battle. Okay, Shore and Partners New Zealand, Rowley, his teammate here, they got really good downwind speed. Oh, it's getting light as they approach the finishing line. Where's the line? It's down here. Yeah,
Just over here.
I got it, yeah. So neither of these two boats are laying the finishing line. It's quiet, it's getting quieter as they get down towards Shark Island. Still strong advantage, Smeg.
I don't know that they can do one jibe and in here because particularly Kitchen Maker are going to get very much under the dirty air of Shark Island. Smeg a little bit more stepped out and just picking up a little bit of breeze. I think this might play into their favour. Ash Rooklyn crouching in desperately, trying to get some depth and just stay low away from the island.
Oh, well,
Really well sailed here.
just missed winning the invitation race, but he's had a 12th and a 14th, so he needs a good place here, and it looks as though he's going to get it as Smeg's starting to jibe and have a go at him, but he's well behind. Smeg still leads. Kitchen Maker's jibed in very light air.
And not a good jibe either.
No, terrible.
They need to
The
get
light
those
air.
mains popped as the boat turns.
So what's Smeg going to do? They're going to jibe, I think.
Try and match them.
Yep. Smart sailing.
And a better jibe from those guys.
Still light.
But here comes Lockie Steele. He's got a roll on.
Yeah, he's closed it up. He's rumbling down on. Now, this will be exciting, this next jibe. Got to time this to perfection, and the pin is a lot closer. You know, I think Smeg's going to be okay, just. Famous last words.
It's all going to come down to one jibe. And who does it best?
So the Kitchen Maker have had a 6th.
Oh, Smeg's
Didn't
jibed.
finish.
They're both jibed early.
Oh, wobbly on both boats. No breeze here. It's just so light. This is a thrilling finish. It's still advantage Smeg, but Kitchen Maker's got the rumbles on. Can he roll Smeg? He's got the pressure. He's got the pressure, Smeg, but it's Kitchen Maker. Can he get his nose out in front? He's rolled over the top of Smeg here.
There's still another jibe in this.
He's Smeg are going to Kitchen Maker's going to do it, I think. But they're going to.
There's another jibe in this yet.
Another jibe. They're above the committee boat here.
Ash has lost his air. He needs to
has he?
jibe.
Okay, Kitchen Maker's going to do this, I think. Are they? Kitchen Maker both now on starboard. Ash can get the jibe done. Oh, it's light. Oh, advantage back to Smeg here. No, it's Smeg. It's Kitchen Maker. It's Smeg now. It's Smeg. Smeg are going to do it. Smeg have done it. Ash Rooklyn's done it. Boy, it's close. Smeg first, Kitchen Maker second. What a race. Well done. To Ash
Shades
Rooklyn.
of the Hobart finish a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
200-foot versions.
That's right. Fantastic. Well, Smeg led basically all the way, and the not to be denied.
Ash Rooklyn with Josh Perebski and Noel Morrow. Excellent work. They'd be absolutely thrilled to
This
have
is
a
going to be
JJ
There's
close,
a real
close
go.
for third.
Here's the Kiwi battle here. ASCC and Shore and Partners New Zealand. So Smeg wins, Kitchen Maker second. Who's going to get third? I think it's going to be ASCC. Well done to this young team. Campbell Stanton, Ollie Gilmore and Pat Morgan. Are they going to get third?
Yes.
Yes, they will. ASCC third. Fourth, Shore and Partners New Zealand. after the disappointments of the disqualification on Sunday. So, boy, that got thrilling towards the end. So 5th will be Shaw and Partners Australia. Well, that puts the cat amongst the pigeons for the point score.
Sure does.
So it's got light again, and who's just coming in down here? That's Lazarus. I don't think they'll get to Shaw and Partners Australia, will they? So the consistent Shaw and Partners Australia, that will give them 2nd, 4th, and will they get to 5th? They'll get to 5th, I think. Shaw and Partners Australia, Keegan York, Max Paul and Tom Anderson there across. And Lazarus, another to have a disappointment with a disqualification on Sunday. They are 7th. So good effort from Tom Koenig. And then they are 6th, they are 5th, 6th. 7th will be Yandu, by the look of it. Well, he's recovered. That day that you got behind, it was hard to get back up in the top. So both Smeg and Kitchenmaker, who are 1st and 2nd, haven't had really good results up till now. Kitchenmaker didn't finish in the 2nd race, and they had a 6th in the 1st. So, okay, well, I shouldn't even talk about drops at the moment. They've had a 6th, 2nd, and a 28th. Smeg have had a 12th, 14th, and a 1st. So watching Yandu come down with the Black Knight on top of them. So Yandu coming in for 7th. And there's enough breeze for the fleet to finish. Just enough. So Yandu will go for 2 firsts and a 7th. Pretty tidy score sheet at the moment. Yandu still a little way to go for 7th. About 50 metres. Black Knight 8. You can just see it drifting towards the finish.
So this will narrow Yandu's lead down to 2 points. Yandu will go to 9 and Shaw and Partners Australia 11.
Yeah, well. And next, well, there's going to be a good battle here for the next position. Maybe Rag and Famish. And Club Marine barrelling in. They've got good speed. Look at Emma, she's just rolling over the top of Rag and Famish, but she'll come to a stop in a moment. Balmain jivey early. Oh, it's not a great jive on the Balmain.
Yeah, there's still another couple drive in this.
Oh, look at Balmain, they're really just collapsed the spinnaker.
If they time it right, it should favour the Rag. The Rag can hold these guys out.
They can just
late
bear
jibe.
away.
Yeah. Late jibe at the boat end.
I think Rag will get 9th. Yeah, they're just coming, squeezing down now, running flat. Yeah, so Rag will be... Yep, the Rag 9th. 10th will be Club Marine. Well done, Emma.
Trying to sneak in at the pin end here is GC Sales, but unfortunately just got some gas from 6th. So I still think he might be able to sneak, maybe not sneak through in front of Balmain and Fisher.
I think 11th will be Balmain, I would think. Oh, not a good day for the GC Sales boys. Okay, Balmain 11. 12 will be 6th, I think. 6th, GC Sales 13. 14 will be Fisher Paykel. And then who have we got coming next?
Brisbane 18s.
Brisbane 18s. Then
That's Barkarati after that.
The Englishman.
so it's the Brisbane 18 footers. Josh Sloman, his team.
Yeah, they got themselves a bit mixed up in some trouble before.
Yeah.
Cost them a lot of time.
Ben Roxburgh and Angus Barker, I'm sorry. And then Barkarati. Well, these boys that haven't sailed 18 footers together before, they've been okay. So they will be 16.
A real mix of gear on that boat.
Yeah.
They got a sail from every boat in the fleet on a different hull, right?
Well, I think looking at it, probably looks like an old Yandu spinnaker.
With a white patch put into it. Yeah.
A fin.
Keegan's old working gear on the Tech 2 hull.
Yeah.
So there's Barkarati across 16th. And then a driftathon coming down with Bigfoot. Ballard Properties. There's and there's out there is the Royal Oak. Hugo Stoner. Can he get down here? There's a couple of chasing pack coming in a little bit hotter. I think the Royal Oak will get down. He'll just start to. Oh, he's jibed here. Oh, this is going to be tight to see what happens here. It's getting lighter, this breeze.
He will have the starboard advantage.
Yeah, I think
he'll get a little puff and bear away
don't
here.
come down too quick. Oh, he's gone back again. He's gone back again. I don't know whether that was the manoeuvre.
Oh, jeepers, I'm not sure that was
No. He just gets okay.
Saves popping the battens though, Jimmy.
Yeah. So the Bigfoot's
right
going to
now.
roll him here to leeward. So Bigfoot 17. Oh, he's still not rolling down there, the Royal Oak.
Would have been better off going and trying to force Bigfoot
To jibe.
to jibe and then jibe back if that's what he wanted to
He
do.
was on starboard, yeah.
Ballard Properties 19, 20. Oh, it's going to be a drop for Vycobi here. Still not happy, Vycobi. He's going to have to jibe and come back. Comes Jordan Gertis barrelling in. Shortly we'll see him, but will he get there in time? From Vycobi. Vycobi jibed in, zero pressure. Trying to soak across the line. Yeah, I think they'll get there.
Yeah,
So
they'll
they'll
be
be
right.
20th. They'll be. Next will be, you'll see them in a moment. Killer Coffee. And we've got Killer Coffee. Do we get the battens through? And that is the
Berlin Bears, mate.
Bears. Okay, so Killer Coffee 21st. Oh no, hang on. Killer Coffee going to get there.
Yeah, they're across
Berlin
now.
Bears 22nd. Okay, Killer Coffee across Berlin Bears. Then the last four we've got here Akarana Eatery. Our friends with the Vikings. And then
The Danes.
then the 18-foot bar and restaurant and Gotcha for Life. So on the right is the 18-footers, and then on the left we've got Akarana Eatery leading in the Vikings, and then following them Gotcha for Life. So what's going to happen here? Well,
18's on starboard, so
yeah,
but Akarana had to go around them.
okay, well, as we watch the last group come to the finish on a long day here on the harbour, the breeze just dying once again. A day that we saw one start, race was abandoned, we had another start, general recall, and we finally got underway very late in the afternoon, around 4 o'clock Sydney time, and An outstanding win to Smeg, Ash Rooklin, and Kitchen Maker second, Lockie Steele, and ASCS, too many C's and S's, ASCC.
That's more like it, mate.
That's it, yeah. Followed by New Zealand compatriot Shaw and Partners New Zealand. And Yandu, the series leader, still in 7th position with Shaw and Partners Australia 5th, Lazarus 6th. So a day of contrasts. It was a day that if you got behind, it was hard to get back in front. Dole, a quick summary.
Yeah, what a long day for one short race. But anyway, at least we got one done, which is, it meant the day wasn't a complete waste of time. As I mentioned before, a 2-point closing of the gap with Yandu still leading now on 9 points, and for Herman winning, and Keegan York in Shaw and Partners Australia now on 11. So the gap has really closed up. Shaw and Partners Australia still in the mix. Disappointing race, that one for GC Sales, who were holding down third place until today. We'll just have to wait until the final points come in, but I'd imagine a couple of boats probably got their drop in today. Tricky day, but on the upside, Shippo, the coming days looks a bit more promising as far as breeze goes. I expect we're going to have some really good racing, and hopefully the racing continues to be close, and we'll continue to bring the viewers the action. And have you got some more points for us there, Shippo?
Oh, no, I just quickly look. I think Rag and Family should be close to the points, and probably in the 3rd or 4th, and Black Knight also. But anyway, tomorrow is another day, we hope. More breeze, 2 races. We hope you can join us. It's been a long day here on the harbour. We've enjoyed bringing it to you. On behalf of the Sail Media team, look forward to your company tomorrow from Sydney Harbour. Peter Shipway signing off, and see you tomorrow.
Good afternoon.